We're already live on the other one. I'm about to bounce out. For those of you watching, I'm still on the old channel. I'm gonna let everybody filter in. Then I'm gonna delete that stream. I do believe I posted the wrong link, gentlemen. All right, yep, now it's up. Oh, yeah, lordy, lordy.
Hey, round
That was
two.
that was wild.
Open panel.
Hey, look, we don't judge. We don't judge. Hey, Vanta, you gotta come. You gotta. I posted the wrong link. It's the second one in the chat now. Same thing for you, Savage.
That got you a lot of subs.
Oh no, dude. I want to grow this channel because I want it to be a BS channel. I really don't like from now on if I get porn bombed, I'm just gonna kick it down and I'm not going to care. I'm gonna be real, I'll just edit it out.
Oh, you're really trying to get that British citizenship, aren't you, Vanta?
No, 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 no. I want the opposite. I want the British Empire to come back and take over Somalia again. I want
Oh
them to
my God.
colonize. Because my people have been unruly, a hot mess since the British left.
They can't even be pirates, right, dude?
Yeah, listen. At least the British Navy helped us to be proper pirates. They're like, hey, this is how you use a ship. This is how you use nets and all that. Come on, man. Listen, Bumpkin. One thing I tell my family, I'm like, democracy was a mistake for Africa, big mistake. We don't
Dude,
need
your guys' only hope was fucking Gaddafi.
and get oh, coming from the American who guess who killed Gaddafi, huh?
I know. We came, we saw, he died. I know.
That bitch, that
Hillary.
bitch, that bitch, cunt. Yeah,
That bitch cunt. Yeah, dude. Gaddafi was great for Africa.
and for Europe because he was the gatekeeper.
He was the
Nothing-
gatekeeper. Yeah, he stopped the immigration into Europe. Yep.
Yep, yep.
He wanted to hold down, but we all know because of that he had to die.
Correct.
Because he was trying to get off the petrodollar. You bastards.
Yep.
And guess who had a good? Guess who's one of the people that had the idea that that was a good strategy besides Hillary?
The Saudis was involved.
Do you know the Saudis have Jewish blood?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Here we go again.
Damn,
Okay.
Savage, you're getting really J woke lately, aren't you? What's going on?
I've been J woke.
Jaywalk is a good term. I like
I
that.
remember having a conversation with you when I thought you were a little like dismissive of it. You know what I mean?
But by the way,
No.
Savage, you do know that Saudi Arabia was mostly Jewish before Muhammad. It was most like a Jewish like land, and they still have some Jewish remnant. And maybe the royal family are Jewish. I don't know.
No, they are. It's there was an article that came out about it. That's a fact. They're Jewish.
I mean, a lot of Muslims are hating on Saudi Arabia and the UAE because they're becoming more friendly with Israel, and apparently now the Holy Land Mecca is going to be open for anyone, like Christians, Jews, anyone can just walk in.
My question is, now that we're, in a more unregulated space,
Yeah.
where are the FBAs?
Oh, they won't be here.
See, Bumpkin. Earlier, I appreciate that me and you kind of had a unholy alliance where
it was unholy. It was definitely a one struggle situation, dude. I was fucking going off.
that supreme bastard.
Does anyone know where Brother Knight hangs out? Because I think I sent him the wrong link.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't even know where he's from.
I know where he's from, but I remember seeing him from Fight Club when I would go over there. I have a long history of going into black places as a white man, and it's a very terrible thing that I do that, but
It makes you racist.
it makes me racist.
No, I'm saying if you hang out in black spaces for a long period of time, your natural progression is to become a racist.
I was born a racist.
But by the way, Savage, you do know that Africans are actually racist way more than whites towards the black, because
Oh, for sure.
we do engage with the blacks, and Jesus Christ, like they make us more clan type mindset. Like you guys deserve slavery.
Wait, Vanta. Did I just hear the chirp? Did I just hear the dreaded chirp?
Was there a chirp? Hang on. I don't. Nope.
Oh,
No, like, my dogs are shaking their ears, and my dishwasher's on, but there's no chirp.
fair.
Okay. Oh.
It's not me.
There are two the white man chirps. It's either the microwave or the update Windows.
Oh, I hate the update windows, dude.
No, this is the thing I hate with CT when they're talking about them being Indians. It's like, yeah, you might have some Indian DNA in your bloodline, but this idea that you're saying that all black people did come from Africa and they're just Native Americans that are here, like that's impossible.
Right.
Like it's impossible.
It is.
Okay, guys, am I tripping balls, or do the FBAs not know about the Bering Strait during the Ice Age, where the natives came from Central Asia across the Bering Strait to the Americas, and that's how they end up in America? Because I believe FBAs believe that Native Americans they're like flowers. They just came up from the ground, from the mud, and just it's like, oh, we're here.
Well,
We're Native American. Yeah.
This is the issue. A lot of the things that we thought we knew, we're finding out later that the theories are wrong. Like they found a mummified body, or like a fossilized body in Greece that goes back like 700,000 years, which destroys the out of Africa theory. They also found some Native American woman's body that was intact, who's white, in America. So like we really don't know. Like the only things that we do know is pieces and parts of it. But to make a broad claim like, oh well, my great grandmother has straight hair and she told me she was Chickasaw Indian, so that means black people actually were all Indians, is just like, it's crazy.
No, I agree, Savage. The only reason why I believe in the Bering Strait, theory, is because when I look at Native Americans and I look at the Mongols, their phenotypes are damn near identical. So I'm like, okay, I can see a connection between Central Asia and Native Americans. But the out of Africa theory is bullshit, because you had Pangea when the planet was mostly connected, and you had, Denisovans mating with some other race, and then Neanderthal, and Ben's favorite word, Cro-Magnon. Everyone was fucking, and whatever came after, until the planet started splitting apart into different continents. So I don't know.
Well, what made me really happy earlier was when they were talking about slaves having to breed. Slaves had to breed to have children, and I'm like thinking to myself, when has a black man ever not liked pussy, and pussy was torture? Like you guys are saying this like these people were having sex and having kids as if like this was some sort of like Chinese torture treatment that they had to endure.
Savage. That's why sometimes when I see the panel, I'm like, okay, there's a reason why I laugh too much, because I can't reason with them. My only option is just to laugh, just keep laughing. Like, this shit is goofy. You guys are chatting shit. And even if I use logic, you'll have some dickhead like Supreme saying, oh, you're mestizo. Bro, I'm African.
DJ?
How did you get
What's up,
mestizo from me?
Imperious?
How?
Hey man. No, you gotta understand, like the guy that was on earlier. The guy, like, you gotta, like, they get a dopamine fix and they get all manic. You gotta understand, like, why do you think he was like talking so like fast and couldn't stop and couldn't? They get like manic, dude. These people get really worked up and get like an excitement out of like rambling about this nonsense.
But Imperious, have you noticed my tactic with Supreme? I kept repeating the same question over and over to piss them off because that's what they do to us. They're like, oh, tell me where you came from, Mr. White Man. Where do you come from? I use the same tag. I'm like, where are you from, Mr. African? Sorry, Mr. African American. Where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm German. I speak German. I'm like, no, you're not German. Where are you from? And he couldn't answer. And then he calls me a mestizo Mexican. I'm like, how the hell did he get Mexican from me?
Here's the thing, right?
Weirdo.
Anything that goes against their narrative, they just completely ignore and they try to move the goalpost.
Right.
Like I said, it was a 3-hour discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
He stated that white and black as their concepts, they don't exist. Prior to whatever date that he gave, I think it was 1928, those terms did not exist. I posted the 1790 Naturalization Act that specifically stated white men of good character in 1790. Obviously, the term white existed in the 1700s. He said, and then he responded with, well, they went back and changed it later.
Yeah.
And there's not really much debating that. If you're just going to say that they just change knowledge.
White, black, and what, like, dude, the Romans had white, black, and blonde. Like, people in, like, the Slavics were blonde. They weren't white.
No, you know, the Syrians. The Syrians in the Middle East were blonde.
They had, they were, like, the Assyrians, the what do they call those? The
Levants. They usually called Levants.
As of right now, Polish people or people that are Slavic are not considered to be white. They're considered to be people of color.
Really?
In 2025.
Wow.
Yes.
Rightfully
because,
so.
like,
I'm
white,
just joking.
Because white is like they specifically do it to like an Anglo-Saxon kind of hereditary.
Based.
Imperius, correct me if I'm wrong, but white originally meant white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Yeah, WASP. Yeah, white
WASP.
Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Yeah. That was the white, and the
Based.
rest were called Caucasian. The rest was like Caucasian. Like, you guys are-
Caucasian is more
Too
over
swarthy.
encompassing.
Based. I'm sorry.
Yeah, swarthy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's because that's the thing. Like I told, like I
Benjamin
was trying to
Franklin
tell the
model.
guy,
The
No, they're
Benjamin
trying to
Franklin
tell the
model.
guy, I was
Get
like, dude, like,
wrecked,
an
Germans.
like an Italian don't look like white if you're thinking
No.
white. Like some like Northern Italians from like Milan or like up there are way different from Southern Italians by the boot. Like completely different, man.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause I think we both know why that is, though.
Uh-oh.
With Sicilians.
Well, but it's from a lot of things. Like
I had a Sicilian friend.
it's
expat.
because people migrated from the Alps down from like the Gaelic people in the north a lot, and then from the southern area it was more Greek that came.
By the way, Imperius, what an unfortunate name, Gaelic.
I think black. It wasn't really black. It was Northern Africa.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That's my other.
That's the thing. Like people forget. Like
sorry,
Don't you do it.
dude, people forget the Sahara Desert was a serious barrier for sub-Saharan Africa for 1,000+ years. Like people could not cross that like that. Like,
did you guys know the Sahara Desert is bigger?
You cut out.
The same size.
You cut out halfway through that sentence.
He
Repeat
said
that.
bigger than what? Bigger than what? Okay. Thank you.
Could you guys hear me? Sorry, I'm going to cut out.
No, you're better. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's just all sand as big as the United States.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense.
massive. Yeah, it's massive. It's huge.
Well, it used to be
People-
underwater.
There you go, Bumpkin. Gaelic equals cocksucker.
Yeah. So it's not called Gaelic. It's called Gallic for starters. It's called Gallic for starters. And we are the original warrior whites. So I don't want to hear shit
Okay.
about Gallics. Okay. Also, fun fact: you look at a lot of even American history.
X'd it out.
Yeah, no. The UK will always dominate, baby. The UK will always dominate.
Who were not Romans, bitch?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Remember, all roads lead to Rome. Like, Romans conquered. Remember the Hadrian's Wall, dude.
Hadrian's
The
Wall.
Gaelics.
By the way, Imperius, I've been there. Great wall, by
the
the way.
German better not be taking Rome's side right now. The German better not be taking Rome's side right now.
Yeah, we took Germany.
We are Rome.
No, the Gaelics weren't conquered by Rome.
Conquer you.
You're right. The
their cities.
Yeah. What was Hadrian's Wall? Was it to?
It was a barrier for the barbarians in Scotland.
Yeah. The Gallic barbarians, because you couldn't conquer it.
Actually, those were the Picts, sir.
It was the Gaelic. The Gaelic was blocked through the Hadrian Wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it
the-
was more because it wasn't worth the effort. There wasn't the
Gaelic
resources
were
up there.
Druids
Yeah, but
and barbarians.
Rome went to England in 90 AD. The Gaelics didn't make it there until like 1000 AD. So we weren't conquered by the Romans at all at any point.
Yeah, it
You're
wasn't known. I'm
right.
saying, but the integration, you guys have Roman blood because the people were Roman there. When they invaded, because if you're talking about the Saxon invasions of the thousands, yeah, I mean, but again, that kind of brings like the Saxons though, they have history too, because remember before that, the Mongols ran all that shit too. So it's like it's hard to trace back who's what, because remember the Mongols took all that northern the Slavic area, all that Sweden, Norway. They came down into the plains of Europe. It's hard, man.
Why do you think Rome adopted Christianity? It's because they militarized it. They're like,
Well,
if
they
you're
had
gonna
to, yeah.
take over these pagans, the Druids in Europe, all that. We need one monotheistic system.
That's not true.
No, it was more of a. I mean, people. No, it was a whole. You got to realize, it was more than just like the emperors. Actually, like remember Constantine, who made. He actually believed he was one of our saints, dude. He saw the cross in the sky and he was spoken to. Said, remember, he has that statue in Rome. It says, "By this sign, conquer." That's what he was told.
Oh, Imperius, guess what? Constantine is actually one of my ancestors.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people saying the emperor.
Well, I'm sure, but I mean, it literally is like traced back in my genealogy.
Do y'all want to know something? You know why Rome converted to Christianity? It's because it was divine mandate that this banger exists.
No audio. No audio.
No audio. Yeah.
Oh, let me fix that.
Yeah. So if Constantine didn't become Christian, then the Christian beliefs wouldn't spread through the world.
You needed an integration because you had the spread of Christianity, but because it was outlawed in Rome, you couldn't have spread without it. Like at Constantine, it was divine intervention that God was like, "Look, you have to."
You know, it came conveniently for him to like rule over Europe.
No.
Because
he ruled over Europe because remember, he's like, dude, he actually built Constantinople.
For the Christian youth, I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap, do a hip hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my.
That was divine mandate, all right?
Yeah. So
let's be more. Sorry, go ahead, Savage. My bad.
Rome made it to the UK in 90 AD. All right. So Christianity wasn't adopted by Constantine until the 300s, to the fourth,
like 337
century.
Yeah,
to the 4th century. So that Constantine becoming Christian to spread to Europe was not like that wasn't the thing. It already had existed shortly after Rome going to Europe. Like Rome already had taken power in the time of Jesus. Not even that far off. But you wouldn't have been able to you couldn't have got Christianity into it went from Greek, which was the most common language of the area at the time, to then hundreds of years later getting into English. Had it not made it that past, Christianity would have never been able to go around the world.
And the king that made it English was King Alfred, who's considered till this day the greatest monarch in UK history, because he taught the regular Englishman to learn the Bible in the native tongue of the English, because it used to be Latin before that.
Yeah, it's always been Latin. Yeah, it was always Latin.
Yeah. And then
that's the thing why it was important taking Rome too, as Christianity incorporated Rome. Rome didn't incorporate Christianity. See, that's the thing. It's different. Rome was the physical establishment, but it didn't have a soul at that time. See, that's the thing. Like the Republic had already been like kind of dropping, and Constantine actually revived it with Christianity. Like it was already kind of like, that's why he moved he moved the capital from Rome to Constantinople because he saw that like it was getting too decadent, too like passive in its existence. It didn't strive for anything, and so
wasn't that when the
Christianity kind of reinvigorated it.
Was the Byzantine Empire a threat at that time?
Well, the Byzantine Empire was just the Eastern Roman Empire. It was just one empire. It was just the Eastern, and then, God, what was it, 467 or something, when the Western, quote, fell. It just became, the governing structure just continued in the Eastern Roman Empire.
But then Charlemagne came and made it.
Charlemagne was more in the Holy Roman Empire after. That was kind of like in the Middle Ages. That was after still, Byzantine Empire still existed at that time. It was just until, God, I forgot what year it was. Wasn't it like 14 or something, 13, until the Muslims conquered it all?
Yeah.
But
until the Polish saved Europe from the Muslims.
Yeah, that the largest cavalry charge in human history. That would have been something to see. But yeah, no, I mean it's a complicated history. It doesn't, like, that's what I'm saying. When people just say, "Oh, you're white," or "You're there," there's so much integrated. There's no real white or black. Like, black people, the only way they say, "Oh, we're black," but if you look at black people, even in Africa, their blood, they have Arabic blood in them. They have all kinds of different blood in them. It's not. There's no real, unless you're on like what was that? Was that island in the Indian Ocean, Sentinel Island or something, or maybe like some Aboriginal people in the Brazilian Amazon, or like maybe in Australia. But man, you're not going to find any. I'll tell you this: you're not going to find any white people that are pure cold.
By the way, Imperius, African Americans don't know that a lot of the slaves from West Africa end up in South America. That's why you see Ecuadorians, Brazilians.
Yeah, like, well, that's why I told Blue Jay earlier. The triangle wasn't. Yeah. It was the Caribbean. The first stop of the slave trade was in the Caribbean, in Cuba, Jamaica.
That's why we call them halfway niggas. By the way, we call Caribbeans halfway niggas.
Yeah, because they're halfway here. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. That usually and that's the thing. The first plantations and all that were in Cuba and the Dominican Republic and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And like that, then they would transport the slaves from the Caribbean to Florida, to New Orleans, up to the north, or down south to Brazil, to French Guiana, all that kind of stuff.
I would say a minority of the slaves end up in North America. So the majority is South America.
Yeah, it was mostly South America. It was mostly.
There was only like 600,000 that came to America.
Right.
Very small portion of all the slaves.
Well, you could. That's the thing. People forget how challenging just that trek from Africa to the Caribbean was at that time. That was equal to like almost like going to the moon, dude. You know what I mean? Like almost in that kind of comparison, because
there was no engine, there was no nothing. It was like full on rowing, row.
Not rowing, air, wind.
Oh yeah,
there was no rowing out in the middle of the Atlantic.
God damn, I made it so backwards. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, there were no rowing out there. You couldn't row a boat that big without. No way. It's straight up. You're just lucky you're living by the grace of the wind, dude. And if you starve out there, you burn.
When the wind goes
dehydration, you're dead. It don't matter, man.
So Tyrone Sly says, all caps, Europe was never saved from Muslims. The Catholic Church created Islam. I would love for Tyrone to come up on the panel. I think
Tyrone, come talk to me. I was born Muslim.
We killed a lot of Muslims if we created them. I don't.
No. It's true that the Catholic Church played a role in the development of Islam.
Stop it! Please don't do it.
That's a true statement. That is a hard.
No.
We're the biggest again. Remember the Eastern Orthodox saints at the time. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, even the Eastern Orthodox were Catholic at the time, and the Eastern Orthodox were the Catholics at the time were the biggest guys against that. Like, they were, you know what I mean? It's. No. Like if you're talking about the development, as in war spread that, and there were people against Catholicism and Christianity, and that helped develop the political revolution.
So the Catholic Church directly supported Muhammad. Like they backed him and they supported him. Like, it's documented.
Why would they support someone who is anti their whole?
Because Muhammad wasn't against Christians in the beginning.
He was.
No, he was not.
No, okay. He didn't consider. What he's saying is okay. I'll explain. They didn't consider him even a religion at the time. Remember, Islam was not a religion until after Muhammad died. He was just some guy preaching out there. Okay, they thought the Catholic Church didn't think he was anything because it wasn't. Look, St. John of Damascus at the time in the 7th century was the guy who lived and saw Muhammad live and die. And he told in the beginning he didn't consider, but it was the political revolution that he created. Because remember, Islam is not a religion per se; it's a political.
Someone who was born who went to Mecca. I went to Mecca. I know. I learned. I know.
Okay.
Bro.
No, he's right in that they didn't support it; they just didn't squash it when they had the chance.
Okay. That's the first. Okay, that's fair statement. That's the first statement.
They
support.
Like there's documentation of them writing between each other, saying that there was a guy that they were going to support. And if you read the Quran, which I know you do, and I know you know the rule of abrogation, the war and hating Christians is at the end of Muhammad's life. When he first started off, he was about peace. Yeah. Then when they gathered people, then it was about violence and defense, and then it went out to jihad. So what I'm stating is, in the beginning, he was not a warlord. He didn't become a warlord till later in his life. When he became a warlord is when he was super into killing Christians and Jews.
He's saying it's a political movement. He's right. It's not a religion. It was a political. No, Muhammad was a political tool in the beginning. No, hold on. There was he's right in semantic. If you're being they supported Muhammad, not like they say, oh, we support. He didn't talk about what he believed. There was no Islam in beliefs.
Savage is right.
But hold on. He was literally, what happened was they used him as a political maneuver for their own pawns, but they didn't crush him afterwards. It's like the same thing we did in Afghanistan with freaking Saddam or with Bin Laden. We didn't. We used them for political purposes, and then we didn't crush them afterwards. Let it fester and spread until it became a freaking entire problem.
Why did you allow it to happen then? Why?
Because
they had their own political. They had their own.
There was other
agenda.
issues over there.
Was there no foresight? Like, okay,
nobody has foresight. You can't foresight. You can't that's the thing. Dude, we could not foresight that 9/11 would cause Trump, because essentially what happened with 9/11 made the government so bloated, so big that it's become so corrupt and sees its citizens as the enemy that the citizenry elected Trump.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You can't see that far ahead. There's geopolitics is a mechanism, and imagine back in the day, you didn't get a message for 6 months between that area and Rome or that area and.
I get that. But let me.
But yes, Muhammad was illiterate. That's the point. Muhammad was essentially for most of his life nothing. He got supported by money, and then he became a warlord.
He was married to a successful woman who's a trader, and she was like 20 years above his age. She was 40, he was 25. But he's still married.
He was married to some sultan or something wife, or he got into it.
No, she was a regular trader. But I think for him, he saw an opportunity. He was like, you know what? I can learn from her. I can gain some money. And then every now and then he used to go to a cave. I don't know if he was taking shrooms or something.
He was possessed.
But yeah, he's
possessed by a demon, dude. It was Satan.
Okay. So you guys. Okay. So I'm speaking from a scientific point of view, but you guys. Okay. From your point, it's a spiritual, because he said, "Oh, the angel came. He hugged me so tight to the point where I started reading, because the angel said, read." And that's why the first verse of the Quran is the verse of read. And that's when they're told to read the Quran.
So right? Listen, I'm very, very well versed in the Quran.
Oh, good.
Very well versed.
Okay.
And you need, as a person that was in the faith, how many times does the Quran reference the people of the book?
Quite. It depends. Like I said, the abrogation, right? Abrogation. So initially, the people of the book was seen as positive. Like, we need to be more united with the Christians and the Jews and the Sabians. I believe that was the word. The Sabians. Yeah.
And when Muhammad was first preaching, what was he doing? He was telling the Jews and the Christians that your scriptures
Mhm.
prove my scriptures,
Yeah.
and he got mocked.
Yep. And he
And
got chased out of
ridiculed.
Mecca. He got chased out of Mecca. They say you're talking
Correct.
crazy, all that. Get out of here.
And then he became a warlord. And then what did he want to do after he got power? He went back to the same people
And-
that mocked him
And destroyed
and
all the statues of all the gods they believed in.
and
And he
conquered them.
Yes. Yes.
Correct. So the statement that I was just stating was 100% factual based on the knowledge of the Quran and historical references.
Savage, I don't disagree on that with you on that point. I fully agree. My point is like I never heard anyone say it was the Catholic Church.
He's
influencing them.
talking about it's the influence of the money.
Yeah,
That there
okay.
were geopolitical influences all over.
Like,
Yes, at the time the Catholic Church was Europe, and it was the Byzantine. Like that's all there was. There was no real empire other than that. And so they had their money and their influence. Remember, Rome and Catholic Church had this before the Catholics. Rome had a embassy in Japan, China. So you know what I mean? Like they had influence all. Like, yes, it was because remember in the beginning, Muhammad wasn't preaching. He wasn't talking about himself being the last prophet or anything like that. He was just a geopolitical influencer, and then he used a faith-based thing once he got some power to see that it spread.
But Imperius, you do know that all the information he got because Mecca was like the hub of Arabia at the time.
Yes, yes.
You get information from Egypt, Rome,
Yeah,
India.
that's what I mean.
And then he saw himself as a messiah because
What he did was when he left, when he was kicked out, he took the ideas of Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, all that, and he created some bullshit for a bunch of outlaw camel jockeying kid effers.
Yes.
And he got them into a military mindset, and he created an empire. A conquering
but the military came after when he got kicked out, and then he hired bandits and
that's
raiders.
what I'm saying. Yeah. But that's because. But remember, to win wars, you have to have more than just money. You have to give men something to fight for.
But Imperius, remember the town that saved him after he got kicked out was a Jewish town, and then when they fed him, they gave him opportunities where he can gain some money. Eventually, when he got to a certain point, he got raiders in, bandits, to go back to Mecca. And then when he gained more power from Mecca, he went back to Medina. And then that's when the Jewish, the Islam, Judaism war started. Because he started ethnic.
Because you think he was just like, no, dude, he was the crazy kind of guy that said, oh, you gave me something, you should have gave me everything.
Yeah. And this
he's a psychopath. None of us arguing that he's a nut job.
He was raping.
I mean, he's an idiot. He's a kid effer. He married a 9-year-old kid. I mean,
yes.
Like, yeah. Yes, he claimed he was the last prophet after he adopted and created his whole religious paranoia after Satan freaking infused. What do you think hugging someone so tight and okay? Let me give you what I'm saying is. Remember, in Islam, the contradiction is that there are two gods. There are two non-created beings. There's Allah, quote God, and then the Quran is also non-created. Do you find it a parallel that a spirit came into the man and forced him to read the Quran? Because because Satan cannot deny the existence of God, but he can manipulate it. So what he did was he forced a religion to where his word, the Quran, Satan's word, is equal to God in their religion, but they don't even see it. And it forced Muhammad through a possession to read Satan's word. You see what that you got to look at it to what the word, what it's actually saying in there.
Imperius, there's a reason why I left Islam, because I went really deep. I went real deep, and I saw the darkness of the religion. And I'm like, God damn, I was born into this goofy bullshit.
Well, it's just an inconsistent logically too. You can't have two non-created entities. There's only one God.
And
there's no, and they try to say, oh, the Trinity's three. No, it's one entity. It's three parts.
Allah is also a Trinity because he has 3 daughters.
Well, it's not. But remember, but they literally say the Quran was not created either. And when something is not created, that is God.
Yeah.
God is uncreated. That is like the ultimate. He is the non-moving. He is the non-mover. He is the originality. The Deus Ex Machina.
Right.
You know, and that's what they're describing a book equal to what they even describe, because Satanism, it still has to acknowledge the existence of God. So that's their Allah, their God. But then they mock him by saying he has 2 left legs and he has, you know, all this shit. And then they also say there's the Quran that's non-created, which is contradictory because that means that thing's God too. And it's Satan's literal word.
Right.
So that's what
I get you. Yeah. And I want to apologize to the chat. Like I don't want this to be.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying. Look at even remember, Satan.
Look, Vance, we're just kicking it, man. I'm drinking.
You're not wrong. Yeah. What I was saying is Satan doesn't lie that much. People think he lies. What he does is it takes the truth and it presents it into a way that you don't understand. Like the lie, it's not. Oh, people like think manipulation is always lying. No, it's not lying.
How about this? Let's get into the interesting side of the demonic version of Islam, where I went to the pilgrimage in Mecca, and I swear to God that cube, when people are going round and round and round, I see why some people say that's the Saturn, like that's Satan. You know, Saturn.
Yeah,
Satan.
well, isn't the black stone in there is supposed to be in there?
Yes. Yeah, it was a black meteorite.
The black stone that he licked, right, and said, "Save me, let me lick this," or some bullshit, right?
Yeah. And all these Muslim, by the way, Imperius.
And so they're pagans essentially. They believe in a rock saves them.
Imperius. I'm not even joking. It looked like WWE. All these Muslims trying to kiss this damn rock. People are fighting, literally.
EAE can say religion's fine, and I would say most of it. But remember, the Christianity is not just a religion; it's the foundation of moral structure and the foundation of logical structure.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
yeah, honestly. It's a foundation because remember, EAE's a big science guy, but there was no science before Christianity. There was observation. There was just straight observation. There was no actual science. There were no. Go ahead.
Can we please dispel the myth of the Dark Ages? The people think
the Dark Ages wasn't dark. It had tons of innovation. It was just dark because it means there was no centralized governance, like one political state. There were a lot of decentralized, like regional powers. Like even in Spain, you had the Castile region. You had all that kind of shit.
The stuff of gunpowder in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was, dude. There were so much innovation.
If you want to see how libertarianism would play out, open up a map of Crusader Kings.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good game too. Yeah, exactly.
Is it bad that every time I play Crusader Kings, I go pagan and I fight Catholicism? Is that bad?
Yeah,
not really, because every time usually I'll start as the Germans in the middle and just get Charlemagne after, because you can get those people
we should do a giant CK3 game.
Well, dude, you know what?
I start the cultural channel. We definitely will.
I think the best one is Victoria. Honestly, I like that era, the Age of Exploration.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
Victoria too? Yeah.
No, but that era. That's what I'm saying. Like Victoria, that whole was that. What's the other one? That was God. They make that other one too.
Civilization.
No. It's like the Hearts of Iron's good too. Right after Victoria, it leads like right into Hearts of Iron if you play the games back to back. But what I'm saying is, I like the Age of Exploration, like this 1550s through like the 1780s, 1790s. It's just so much.
Universalis. Listen,
that's the one. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, that one's really cool too.
Everyone picks their destination. I'm gonna go East Africa. You guys pick your German, wherever the fuck you are, and let's see who comes out.
Vance,
in CK3, I'd be picking the Papal States. No, see, in
CK3, I always play as Tutorial Island, otherwise known as the Irish.
Yeah, and the Irish. Yeah.
I always, when I form my kingdom, whatever king I form my kingdom with was usually a custom player. I let him have a stress-induced conversion, and it's usually Judaism. So
and EAE should be happy.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
he should be happy in the chat. I mean, not happy, but the Pope's he's not. I don't know if he's gonna make it this week, dude. He looks like. I mean,
Ooh,
he's
yeah.
got pneumonia,
Pneumonia.
in both lungs, and he's 86, dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting him to make it too much because
You said get
they're
there
already
to-
making plans for
Period.
it. Yeah.
No offense, but I think that Pope is the 10th. I think he's the 4th.
Even JD Vance came today to get on Twitter, went out and said we should, because he's not gonna.
I've never seen a Pope that is anti-Christian because he's always pro.
He's not anti-Christian. He's just he's trying too hard to be a uniter when you gotta.
I don't like them. I don't like it.
I know he's the first Jesuit Pope, dude. You got to realize the Jesuits are different on how they're more about like inclusion more than like they would rather like be more like they're pussy. They're kind of like the pussies, dude. They'd rather like try to like educate people and sit down and like have them taught in schools about stuff than they would like debate people and get
wasn't he the first Pope? Wasn't he the first Pope that had two smokes coming up? Like first time was black. Second time it was white.
Well, I'm hoping a black Pope comes on. If we can vote a black, I mean, I'm telling you, it'll be a conservative.
I'm not talking skin. I'm talking about when the confirmation is like.
He's the first. God, he's the first Pope in like 1,000 years to resign for another Pope to still be alive. I know that.
Like his what do you call it? Anointment. The first smoke that came out of the church or the cathedral, or whatever the building. Was black at first. Black means like no.
Well,
nope.
He was, yeah. Well, that's happened. That happened with a couple popes. No, it doesn't. What that means is the first vote wasn't unanimous. Okay. It does take several votes because remember they're not allowed to kind of like I forgot the rules, but it's real strict. Like they're not allowed to like lobby each other or talk. Like they're supposed to kind of follow their conscience and just look at like the sheets. But there's political maneuvering going on behind the scenes. But what I mean is like. Sometimes it'll take a couple votes because some people just aren't like with Francis a lot of people didn't like him because they thought he was going to be too liberal.
Would you support CT for Pope?
Hell no. He's Nigerian.
No, he'd be a nut. CT would be I mean because look what he does to the show, dude. I mean like that's what I said, he's the sick man, dude. Like you guys don't realize like he's sitting there with such enjoyment. Like,
dude, were you on here? Were you on here for the first stream? It was wild.
No, I had some appointments today for my hand.
So like when we first started streaming after like the after party before we got P-bombed, I went away. I still had my headset on. I was putting in the information so I could expand the panel, and I could hear everything that was going on. I'm like, what did I miss? Like Jesus Christ, y'all went buck wild.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I'll tell you this, right? The day that Rome gets another militaristic pope that will okay crusades is the day that I become Catholic.
Well, you might get it. Because if you're looking at what's just happening, they've just banned all immigrants. They're militarizing the border of the Vatican because I'm telling you, like you're seeing a conservative swing in the world. There's some kind of like I would argue it's God kind of swinging the world back to paradigm, back to a neutral paradigm.
If they allow crusades to retake the Holy Land, I will be on the front.
Well, it's not the Holy Land first. You got to go. You got to take. If you want my opinion, the first target would be Turkey. You have to take back the Byzantine Empire.
Retake Constantinople.
Retake. Yep. All right.
You'd have to take back the Hagia Sophia.
I went to Hagia Sophia in 2019. I went there, right? And I saw the bottom floor was like the whole Muslim, the Allah, blah blah blah. And then the top half was Christianity. You saw the Christ, the painting of Christ, and people praying. So I was with family, and the family was like praying to the Muslim side at the bottom. I literally went upstairs. I'm like, you know what? I liked it. You know what? I have an affinity to Christ. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm connected to Jesus naturally.
Well, did you ever read Napoleon's account when he was dying about like why he? Remember, people forget Napoleon. It was in the three most influential people in human history, or in the last 2,000 years. It said was Christ, Napoleon, and then Muhammad. And
I guarantee you, if they were to ever retake Constantinople,
Well, it would
I
you
would
would
see-
unify the church.
Yeah, I
because
was gonna say, we would see.
Rome
see
would
a
say if
reunification.
you want Constantinople and the whole, you have to rejoin Rome, is what you would say.
Guys,
It
I'll
would
tell
be
you
a
one.
political mechanism.
I'll tell you. I'll
we
tell
got
you one
someone in
thing
the back
directly.
chat.
I'll tell you one thing. When I was in Turkey, they won.
Yeah, it's me, Bunkin.
Huh?
It's me, Bunkin.
James is cool. James is cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
James-
James is cool. James,
look.
just real fast, could you say like one more thing?
Hello. Welcome to
Hello?
James Talks.
I love James, dude. I love James.
Bobkin's like,
You
yeah.
sure you're okay there, Bunkin?
I don't think that's James.
You don't think it's me, really? Come on. Am I?
I think
that
it's James's
unconvincing?
black half brother. Sounds like
It's
a black
me.
guy.
Do I need to
Sounds
come
like-
on
sounds like a
camera
black
just to
dude,
convince you that it's me?
James, are you Jamal? Is it Jamal?
Ah!
That is James. That is James.
He
All right, we're
sounds
good, we're
closed
good, we're
up
good.
enough to me. That's James. Yeah.
That's James. Sorry, James. We're
I
dealing
know.
with porn. We're dealing with porn bombers tonight, so we're having to be
Oh,
a
okay.
little extra.
I got you. No problem,
No,
bro.
guess who's about to cut?
I
Guess,
dealt
about,
with
guess,
that.
about, guess
I
who's
dealt
about to
with
swing
that.
by?
I just
Who?
dealt with that
No.
Tuesday night,
Bateman.
so don't feel bad, bro. Now I
Bateman
get it.
swinging by.
He was on the Maiden stream yesterday. Me and him. He found
That
Be
was a
Brave
poor
and
choice
popped
of
up.
words for the night.
Let's go. I haven't talked.
I'm
to
more
Bateman
excited
in a
to see
long
what
time.
the South African thing, though. I'm surprised CT didn't talk about this. That they're going to go through. Trump was once again, man, proven right.
All right,
They're-
Imperius, can we be real? When CT like promotes South Africa, I'm telling you right now. As someone who lost family in South Africa because they killed my relatives.
Dude,
over-
it's the most violent
South
place in
Africa,
Africa.
no one should go to South Africa.
Yeah,
I'm
people
basically-
don't realize you're at a greater risk in South Africa of driving along on the road, a car coming forward and coming behind you and shooting you.
And when you
and
see
taking your
someone
yeah.
showing you their mansion and all that, please.
That's a small private community like in Mexico of really rich people that have their own
Yeah.
military to protect that little area.
So-
You know what I mean?
Because Imperius,
So
I can show,
it depends.
I can show you mansions in Somalia, right? But I still wouldn't say, oh
Yeah.
yeah, guys, move to Somalia. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Even
Well,
though we
I'd
have-
rather move. You're probably safer in
got me.
Somalia than you are in South Africa by the actual crime rate.
I've been talking about the
South
Bible all
Africans will
day.
kill me,
I'm talking
bro.
about the
They
Middle
would
East.
kill me.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
my
South
God.
Africa is the place where like you'll just have hits in the middle, like freeways. A car will pull in front and behind a car, get out, shoot them, and then dude.
That's what-
They don't
Remember
kill
when
me.
South Africa used to be like?
You remember in the '80s? Wasn't it a beautiful time in
It was
apartheid?
so
Man,
Hey,
when you
Bumpkin.
had apartheid, dude, if you watch some of those videos, dude, Orthodox guy, bring up those videos of South Africa in the 70s and
It
80s.
looks great. It looks
It's
great.
so beautiful, dude. It looked like freaking
By
like.
the way, I subbed Orthodox guy. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, but I subbed up when I found
Hey, are you guys
Good.
ignoring me or can you not hear me?
No, we can just
No,
hear
we,
you now.
we
You haven't
we
said
can
anything.
hear you now, but we couldn't.
Oh,
hear you
just
before.
now?
Yeah, we
Oh.
couldn't hear you before.
Yeah, we haven't heard
Yeah,
anything
sorry-
from you for a
sorry.
while.
Well, I just barely said something, but I said 1 out of 6 people in South Africa has HIV.
Yeah, she's right. She's right.
And
You
then
guys
you
don't want to
take in
move there, by the way?
well,
And
then
here
take in,
it's like
the-
1 out of 300. So it's
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's literally like the murder rate is like 1 out of like 1,300 people. It's insane, dude.
I
Listen,
know, like when
I
on
respect.
CT stream, it's like, look how cheap it is. It's
Yeah,
like, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
dude,
You
she's
know,
all
you
like,
get
"Oh
what
my
you
god,
pay
for 500 grand," and I'm all, "Dude, for 600 grand, you can only get a house in like a shithole of LA."
Yeah.
So what do you think of? You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And I don't want to live somewhere where I can't leave the gate.
Don't do it. Don't go to South Africa.
I wouldn't. Oh, I wouldn't. I'd rather live in
South
a little
Africa
apartment.
is-
Well, it's
in
like
the
Iran.
1970s.
It's like Iran before the Islamic Revolution in '73 or whatever it was.
Hashtag return.
Imperius is
That's
right.
what
I'd rather be in Somalia than South Africa. Imperius is
I
right.
mean. I'm gonna stay on panel. It ain't gonna take me long.
Shit. These fucking goofy. You know what? I hate South Africans because they're so xenophobic. They don't only hate.
That's
Yeah,
what
I can try to explain it to EAE, but it's hard to kind of. It's. I can try. The best way you could explain God is just the concept of the uncaused cause. There has to be a beginning. Even in any kind of theorem, whether it's multi-universes, the only reductive argument at the end could be that there has to be a single beginning to something.
Yeah, a creation.
Yeah, and even what's his name, Hitchens and Dawkins and all them, they all acknowledge that there's a beginning. You know what I mean? A moment of the moment of time space, the moment that the time space continuum actually was created. You know,
Yeah, EAE actually
also
came.
is
I did
that-
like a 3-part stream on like
no,
evidence
he's
of
a
a
smart
creator.
guy. He's a really smart guy. He just and I think Bob said this. You know, I make fun. You know, me and Bob have that fake rivalry, but he's right in this aspect of you can have as many logical statistical arguments, but in the end, it will take a act of your own personal volition to take that extra step and go. It makes sense to me. Or it does.
Hold on one second. Dead Star, you got to connect your mic or your cam before I can add you to stream, brother.
Also, can I send you?
I was about to say that.
Bateman, I already brought you up. You didn't have to shoot me on Telegram, Bubba.
All right.
Orthodox, do you mind if I send you a video that you can show?
You're just posting the back chat.
And I think the best argument for EAE is honestly it's what Hitchens argued, and I'll give you the video. I'll bring it up. The Goldilocks paradox. It's the fact that this universe looks like it was created to sustain human life.
Well, EAE came to my stream and I did like a 3-part series of evidence of a creator, like just how debunked evolution, at least the origin of a species portion of it. And so he was at that. But yeah, it basically is mathematically impossible for.
Do you see? Look! Do you see how South Africa's safe back in the 70s? Everyone was chilling. Look.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this music?
It's depressing. Look at what they took from us.
Look at all, and this is the argument where CT I don't agree with him, where he says like, oh, black people are just mean and just crazy. No, they're not, because look at them, they're just fine right there. There was no crime. There were no people doing anything. Black people are just like anyone else. If you have a stable structure and you have consequences to actions, everyone will be fine.
And here is
when they're under the yoke of someone more superior.
Well, it's anyone under the yoke, dude. Look at what Saddam had to do in Iraq to keep that place. But if you dropped a fucking $100 in Iraq, no one would pick it up. They let you pick it up. You could go back a year from then and you'd find it. Because that guy was crazy. They were more afraid of him than ever.
Well, it's because he would literally have you shot.
Well, not just that, your whole family would be burned alive. Your whole history would be erased. Your whole history of your family, there'd be no records of your family. Your entire line would be erased from history.
By the way, Orthodox, play the video I posted. This video.
Oh, and I posted one too afterwards about.
All right, I got you. I'll play it.
Yeah, play his first, and then you can play mine after.
What's up, Dead
Africa
Future?
is
What's
a
up, man?
mess.
What's up?
Oh, by the way,
The only thing that I think is really sad, and obviously, I mean, hopefully we're beyond the point of having to say not all, but like the people that are really
wait. Get ready. Ghana.
We're not African, we don't get the joke.
Wait.
That looks like a fist.
Egypt is fucked.
That I believe. The aliens and the pyramids, I think, are true.
We are the first now country in Africa today who have got many women managers than other countries.
How many women manager?
Manager woman. We have got 4 managers.
Sudan. Sudan. These motherfuckers are tall, by the way. They're very tall. Oh my
god, bro.
Yeah, this is where like Hakeem Olajuwon was from and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, all the Kenyans have the crazy athletics. Yeah.
Well, did you know actually white men are the tallest on earth?
Well, you have, but the tallest people are from Africa. You get the tallest.
Oh yeah, Morocco slavery.
No, they're not. Scandinavian.
No. On average, Scandinavian, but if it's extreme height, the tallest people are in like Kenya, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, Nigeria is China, bro. It's China.
Yeah. That's pretty effing funny. Okay, play the link that I posted in the back.
It's funny. Keep watching after that.
There's
Yo,
a link I posted the next one. Like that's the post. That's the argument for.
There's a part 2. There's a part 2.
Oh yeah, play the part 2 then. Play the part 2.
Go ahead, go and play it.
I want to see the other countries.
Tanzania.
AIDS.
Mike.
Ethiopia. You know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
Aha, I still baby. Yeah, 99 baby. Migrant baby. All the time baby.
Oh, the language.
What do you think he's listening to?
Probably death metal or hard rock.
Oh, do you know the Algiers were actually the main people in the Barbary?
Yes.
The Algiers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Impeccable logic. Look.
Somalia.
That's funny.
Oh, Somalia. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we eat a lot of meat. And pasta. We love pasta.
The loop. Go back. Look at the loop.
Hey, go back and rewind.
Look at the loop.
Senegal.
There was Hafez again.
South Africa.
In the Benin.
In the Benin.
In the Benin.
That's Africa, by the way.
Don't cover the church by. Don't judge the cover, judge the book. Man, don't book the cover. Book. Don't whatever. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my God, bro.
What is the love? What is this?
Spain.
Yeah, they own 2 little parts in there.
Niggas kissing.
Yeah, there's just a link in back that I kind of posted out of EA's little EA's idol. So maybe he would.
got another one in the back chat.
Version of that if you want to see in the future.
What's up, Garion?
What's up,
Orthodox,
Gary?
I didn't know you had a
Garion.
channel.
What's
Thanks
good?
to EAE and his magical.
Where's
ass
Lolo,
I found
Garion?
it.
Where's Lolo? Where's she at?
Hey, so actually, I will play your
I think
video.
she's asleep right now.
But there's even a part 3.
Bro,
Play the
Oh
part
yeah,
3
I've
then
seen, yeah, I've
first. Play
seen
the part
it.
3 first.
I came up here because I want to see my country.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we got to play the part 3.
I think Orthodox. I think you came on that one show of mine, the one that was the creator, but maybe that was the Unabomber. I forget. But I appreciated that, by the way. I don't know if I thanked you for that.
Actually,
Who's
no.
that?
I'm going to change my name to the Unaboomer.
Oh no. Oh.
Nigeria.
What is your vision and problem, please?
That's a scam.
I have a confession. I am a Christian, but I'm gay.
Yeah, she's
Wait,
dead.
where is Gway from
She's
again?
dead.
Liberia.
Liberia. Okay.
Awesome. Scam.
That's Nigeria's best talent.
We need Gway.
I will bite your ear.
I'll bite your ear.
I will chew your meat. Are you crazy?
Ew. What the?
Hey, yo, pause.
Yo, Nigerians are fucking crazy.
Jollof rice is not that good. Those motherfuckers need to chill with that bullshit.
How do they make it?
It's horrible. I tried it. Ugh.
What's the spice on it?
I don't know what it is, but it's very salty. It's like
Yeah,
eating-
it is. Yeah, it really is. It's like wet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like wet slop.
Ugh.
Oh.
Actually,
That's
that
how
reminds
it's
me.
made.
Right?
A friend of mine had it, and I was
So-
like, "Let me get some of that."
Y'all know I'm from Georgia, right? And I was up in Marietta with a friend. We were buying guitar strings for the band, and he was like, "Hey, we seen an Ethiopian restaurant." And like we started laughing because the old joke, have you ever had Ethiopian food? Neither have they. And he went to that Ethiopian restaurant. He took a girl out there. He said, "Dude," he says, "everything was either American or Mexican. It was just wet. It was just extra wet."
It's like having a soggy taco.
Yeah, no, he said the Somali guy said that they have Somali tortillas, and it's like just a wet tortilla.
What the fuck is? Listen, bro. Somalis have either pasta, rice, camel meat.
Camel meat.
Hey man, don't be hating on that camel meat now. That stuff actually kind of that stuff.
Yeah,
actually
camel meat is great. I love it. It's so soft.
yeah, the camel meat's actually really good.
Yeah. And Somali's always have to
Sounds nasty.
The macaroni thing.
I have had lion before. Lion is probably the best
You
piece of meat.
have?
What?
You're kidding.
No,
I
will
tell that story.
Okay, when I was younger, my uncle used to work for this poacher guy, some white British guy who would go around.
Of course he was.
And he would go around.
Well,
killing
that's
animals.
actually humane, by the way. I'll tell that after.
Yeah, but basically, what you're not allowed to do is you're not allowed to. At least I don't know if this is still true, but back in the day, what you weren't allowed to is you weren't allowed to bring any of the meat back to your where you come from, back to your whatever Britain or whatever. I think it was Britain.
Oh yeah, they give it to the locals.
Yeah, you had to give it to the locals. You are allowed to take the bones, however, because people would usually use that for tools and carve it.
The tusk and
yeah. So my dad got a whole bunch of it. I think it was rib meat, if I'm remembering correctly, and he brought it home and had enough for us. Hey, we're gonna put this on the grill. We're gonna. I forgot how he cooked it, but we're gonna sample it out to all of y'all. We each got a little cube, and I taste it, and it tastes like the best piece of pork I've ever had.
Really? God damn.
Hey, watch. I'm gonna change my avatar. You guys will look it up when it pulls up. Okay, so this let's see if it changed. But anyway, so I had this client. I'm in like the design industry, and it was these they lived mostly in Florida and Puerto Rico, but they were arms dealers, and they had this huge house in Deer Valley. And if you don't know where that is, it's like one of the best ski resorts in the world. It's located in Park City, Utah, where they have Sundance Film Festival and stuff. But anyway, so I was up there doing some measurements, and so I had to go through the whole house. I was measuring for like window treatments, and so I went into this area where the woman was actually a trophy hunter, and she had like 200 animals. But she had a big lion. She had these elephant feet stools. She had a zebra. She had like all this exotic. But she was telling me when she killed the elephant. She said that it costs like $150,000 to do it, but she said once it goes down, they're like the older ones. But she said once it goes down, the villagers just come out from everywhere and they just start hacking at it with machete. And she said it feeds them for like 6 months. She said it's the most disgusting.
Fuck's sake.
No, she said it's the most disgusting, bloodiest thing she's ever seen in her life. But it actually
it's like
fed
that
the
movie
people.
Lord of War. You ever seen that movie Lord of War where that freaking airplane goes down and all the Africans run and tear all the pieces of
Yeah. Yeah. But they just take big hunks of the meat and then they just dry it or whatever they do. But she said so it actually is like in a way charity because it feeds the people and the animals are kind of old and there's like plenty of them.
Well, and they used $150K for the conservation for the animal for the region and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I that's what a lot of like big game hunters do. They go through like there's certain animals that they get older or something or they're either problem animals that are causing like
and the villagers can't kill. Can you make my avatar big real quick?
It's good for the
I took a selfie. I was like alone.
It helps
like,
the conservation of the actual whole region.
See that was posted on her. That was
Imperius, you see
the white woman. The whole thing, but
the white woman is triggered. She's like, oh, the poor animals. But for Africa, it's like, hey,
are you talking to me?
Helping the economy.
I'm not triggered. No, I said it was a good thing. My family hunts. I'm from Utah. My family hunts deer, elk. My grandpa had like a cougar, all kinds of shit.
I don't get it.
Let's finish.
All right, anyways,
let's go. Let's give
Garian,
Rwanda, Garian. I heard you from Rwanda. All right, let's see Rwanda.
Yeah.
Oh, China, Nigeria, Uganda. Look at you. Uh-oh. Wait.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
My name is fuck the Congo.
I'm literally not allowed to talk.
Oh, you guys are fighting right now, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Look at these niggas.
In fact, they show off more than the Americans.
Oh, look at somebody. Wait, with Denmark. Wait. Rewind that. Quickly, rewind that. That is accurate. That's how we talk. Cameroon, these dumb fucks.
The Ivory Coast.
I didn't even know.
Wait. Need to pay taxes. Island, Ivory Coast. Same flag.
Mali and Burkina Faso.
Russia. Yep.
Just Russia.
That's what I was trying to tell CT. Yo, don't big up Burkina Faso. That's Russia. Hold on.
And finally, my favorite African countries: Western Sahara, Somaliland,
Somaliland.
and
Big up.
Amazonia.
Big up to Somaliland. They're
One
actually
day we're gonna get recognized. One day.
I know nobody said there's nothing to say about them. That's like Wyoming or like North Dakota. You know, like North Dakota, there's nothing really there. Even South Dakota has like the Black Hills and like Mount Rushmore, but North Dakota doesn't have really anything.
Hey,
Yeah, Wyoming just have Jackson Hole and like some Yellowstone.
There's
Well,
a
they got a
part
part-
4.
Well, yeah, there's like 80 countries in our.
Well, yeah, you got to do
Zimbabwe.
Rwandans.
Yeah, it's like quite a few countries.
Yeah, I was going to say you haven't
have
even hit my country yet. Damn.
Hang on. It's coming. Don't worry. Rwanda's coming.
That's African as well right there. Oh, God, I hate that.
This is why I left Islam. This is why I left. Garbage.
Yo, are y'all really this loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when they go, dude, actually in Minnesota, there's cities that allow that. And they had to get sued to stop it.
Look at the sewage system of Nigeria. Look at this CT's homeland. That's CT right there.
That's CT. Whenever Bunkin sends him that $100 cash app.
Egypt.
Fun fact,
yeah,
I almost
they're
got
loud.
my wallet
They're-
stolen in
yeah.
Egypt by some kid.
They are literally loud.
Angola.
Chinese building practices.
Yo, did they do Botswana yet?
It's
朋
coming.
友
It's
是一
coming.
个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的设计。
Yeah, Angola's fully owned.
Yeah, that's true.
Fast and strong internet connection in South Africa. Yeah.
Oh, real shit. Like, there's a story where a South African businessman or investment banker or whatever was working at his firm, and they were sending stuff to his other firm, and he said, "I bet you a carrier pigeon would be faster." And they put all the information on a USB stick and send it. It took the pigeon an hour and a half to get there, and then another hour for them to transfer the data. And the internet connection, it took 8 hours for it to fucking fully update.
Jesus. And CT is promoting South Africa. God damn it! Stop it, man. Stop it.
But he's not. He's just a sick man. You got it. He just wants to watch the world burn, dude. He doesn't really care.
Well, he
about,
does
you know.
really like her. I've seen they're friends.
Yeah,
he
But
was.
did you see JP
fair,
talking
he-
about carrying
yeah,
the Uber Eats on their head?
Yeah, you're talking about that little rich part of South Africa where they have their own grocery stores and
Like
Walmart.
that's not even really South Africa. That's like its own like colony in South
It's not
Africa.
even a
That's
colony.
Well, it's
and the government's
it's
still
technically it's
unstable,
part.
right?
Whoa! It's technically part of South Africa. It's just like the rich. It's just like
It's objectively
the rich part
better.
of
Yeah, that's what I'm
Africa.
saying. That's like the place
Right,
where, like,
but
that's
the
like the home of the drug
foundation-
lords. That's like in Mexico, the home of the drug lords. They literally have their own like water treatment centers, their own military guards, their own grocery stores, their own. They don't. It's like it doesn't. They don't interact with the rest of the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if the country
Well,
if the government falls, then they fall.
James,
That's
James-
the
No, the government
This part of
is
America doesn't
no,
interact
dude.
with the rest
In
of the
Mexico,
people
for
either,
example,
but
the
they're still
government.
part of America. So.
The
not
government is
Mexico.
the
I'm talking
cartel.
about South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
well, maybe.
yeah,
I don't even know.
Mexico's
I would
fine.
think they would have their own probably like private
James,
militaries.
I'd rather live in Memphis than South Africa. How about that?
But
I'd
how
rather
would
live-
they-
no. They're- no,
Hold
God,
on,
no, God, no,
hold on. Dead Future, why do you keep leaving it coming up? You can speak if you want. What's up? Hello?
Did you say Dead Future?
Yeah, somebody keeps leaving it coming up. I keep bringing them up, they bounce.
Yeah, sorry if my internet's fucking up.
They got that
Oh,
South
it's all
African
good, man.
internet. I see.
Are you in fact a South African?
No, I am not.
Okay,
Canadian.
fair.
Oh, Canadians got terrible internet too. So.
I like how South Africa has the most internet infrastructure, and yet they have some of the worst internet.
And not only that, look at this bus driver. He's looking at the camera while he's driving a bus. And they call it safe public transport.
But let's see if it's moving.
Yeah. You didn't see that earlier?
Couple people dead, no biggie.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Hold on.
See, these are the giant tall people. Yeah, Kenyans. Yeah.
Oh,
The Gambia.
I love rivers. I do love rivers. They're more honest than the sea. But a river is picturesque. You know what you're getting with a river.
Mauritania.
Yeah, Mauritania is literally a desert.
Yeah, it's just a desert with a train. That's it.
And Arabs abusing Africans. Yeah.
Uganda.
Come on, where's Rwanda?
Madagascar. Ghana.
Finding water in this part of Ghana has always been difficult. People rely on rivers and lakes.
No!
These people have been digging for hours
No, that
in
is
the
not-
dry
that is
river
not
bed
real.
just to find enough water to fill a bucket to take home.
I'ma eat it.
No, they eat dogs. They eat dogs. Botswana,
Okay,
there you
fun
go,
fact
Botswana.
about Botswana. They're the only African country who's never been to war.
Also, guess what? Botswana, landlocked. But guess what? Fifth richest economy.
The least corrupt, fifth richest, safest, the most developed. That's bullshit. We're actually Rwanda's the safest. You guys are second. You goofy motherfucker.
Well, guess what? It's top 5. You want to see top 5?
Yeah, they are top 5.
Let's go, top 5. Let's see one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end it. I'm just gonna let it play part 5.
Guide to Africa part 5.
Where's Rwanda at?
My name is Mr. Sijura, and I just beamed you. You are not getting money back.
So these Nigerians are.
You're not getting money back.
To scam more people. Thank you.
All I can say is all is well, and we're expecting light at the end of the tunnel.
This was
inshallah.
CT
At the end of his toilet.
his YouTube channel.
South Africa.
I think I'm a keep on forgiving people.
That's a black angel.
I'ma deal with you. Oh yeah.
Oh! He looks like a Ben.
And as urban poet Kendrick Lamar says, we're gonna be right. We're gonna be all right.
Kendrick Lamar.
God damn it. You know it's true.
Yo, bro, they hate Somalia.
Yep, our airline is bullshit.
The landing is not a guarantee. Last year we have 1% make it to Mogadishu airport.
1% make it to the airport.
Damn. 1%. Damn. That's sad.
I know,
I
right?
don't want to fly over there.
There is the Botswana again.
Uganda.
In Uganda, our commando scientists are fighting to see how much action can fit on a Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, that's it. By the way, that's how they promote movies on DVD.
No, the action we have is too much. Man, the Blu-ray cannot manage that action. We should report it.
Tell your film.
We can do it. We did it. Uganda's first Blu-ray.
Egypt.
We are Egyptian women. You are listen Obama? Shut up your mouth, Obama. Shut up your mouth, Obama.
Look at the horrible scenes, bro. That's Egypt.
Fun fact, that's never gonna get built.
Kenya.
Immense tragedy.
Ghana.
Are you a male or female?
I'm email.
An email.
An email.
Morocco.
Oh yeah, Arab hate dogs. Amazing.
Namibia.
Kanye's favorite.
That should be CT space. Someone meme that.
Please help me. You're too much reading.
Tanzania.
Hapa Tanzania, komba Ulaya.
No, what the fuck?
What is wrong with his head?
Zimbabwe.
Oh, China again.
Oh yeah,
Goddamn China.
too.
Oh, you can learn Chinese. Okay.
Yep. Bumpkin, it's crazy how
Is
Africans are
there
quickly-
Chinese Ebonics?
No, it's crazy how Africans are quickly to learn to
Yeah, it's
Chinese.
weird though. Niggas can learn like 18 different languages, but they can barely do math. It makes no sense.
You got to know the language to scam somebody.
I mean, yeah, they do it real well in Japan. Apparently,
They do, man. You got to give it to them.
Dude, we're getting some like backwoods like lore right now. What's going on?
Okay. Listen. Bumpkin, there's also a version of Europe, by the way, if you want to see that one too.
I do kind of want to see the Europe one.
There's the East
I think
European
they
one
do
as
one
well.
for every. God dang, part 6.
Yeah.
They did South Africa like 8 times.
Hey, CT said we all. How about
To be fair, these are funny.
Jesus.
He's having tea.
I should be studying right now. But yeah, you know, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not
Look at those
fear any
teeth.
question paper. Oh yeah.
He looks like one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s movie.
He does.
Decrease me there. What? Well, no,
That
leave
was a
me
little bit
alone.
cold.
Put me down.
Put me down.
Yes, I stay here because
I stay here.
This is home.
Nigeria.
What's up?
Fun fact, that's actually dinner.
Open WhatsApp, Nash. Open Instagram, Nash. Open TikTok, Nash. Everywhere is Nash, Nash. You put Nash.
What is your gender? My gender. I'm a mechanic.
What's up, guys?
I didn't know that
Here.
was a gender.
And this is a quick workout that you can do every day to strengthen your core.
When did that become a gender?
Damn, CT.
The dive of an Olympic champion.
Yeah, nailed it completely.
There wasn't even any water.
Yeah, you gotta put the bucket somewhere.
Patriotism. Jesus. Imagine like Charlie Brown.
Oh my god.
Oh, that ain't real.
Now that's just real, bro. Jesus.
Now that is real. I've actually seen that.
Minimal drinking habits. I love the Chinese music. Oh, China.
17 344 couchou couchou, 17 345 couchou couchou, 17 346
Bro, this
couchou
man
couchou,
counting
17
every
347 couchou couchou.
single.
Je suis venu chercher les enfants à l'école. Ils demandent c'est qui ce monsieur? C'est la star. Bisous, putain.
Ivory Coast.
Thank you for flying Ryanair. Last year, over 90% of our flights arrived on time.
Yeah, the French. Yeah, the French. God damn the French.
All right. We got Yeti. He posted something, and since it's a short
Wait,
video,
you fuck! You gotta post what I posted first. You
Oh,
dick.
we're going to. This is only like 20 seconds.
Keep the humor going. Send us more funny stuff, man. This shit is crazy.
I really want to see
sorry.
the Europe one. I might stay up for that one. Not gonna lie.
Got one for America by every state too.
Oh,
I've seen the state one. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Oh, please don't make us watch 50.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? Bumpkin, you know what's the funny one? Is the Eastern European ones. The Eastern Europeans are savage. Savage.
They are funny.
God damn. But yeah, let no one tell you that Africa is a great place. Listen, there's a reason why I don't want to go back to Africa. Africa's fucked.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that other than like an FBA or whatever. But here we go, EA.
Yeah, FBAs have a okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because FBAs are corrupt weirdos.
Yeah.
Go back to the beginning so EAE is dumbass can hear this from his little idol.
Once it's on tape actually, a discussion between Dawkins, Dennett, Harris, and myself took place in my apartment in Washington. We talked about the encounters we'd had on the road, debating the faithful and what had impressed us most. And I was interested to find that certainly Richard and I, this is what I remember best, both came up with the same thing, which is a point I first came across from a friend of mine, now dead, Bishop Hugh Montefiore, in a book called...
Now dead.
And it's an argument
like dead air, Bubba, really?
Several different ways by several different people.
So
essentially, it says, why are conditions so optimal for life in this terrestrial orb? Fine-tuning. And I was surprised to find that Richard was impressed by that too. I mean, we know what the arguments against it are, and I'm absolutely right. And I consider them to be pretty conclusive arguments, but there is something that has to impress you. I mean, the likelihood that there could be nothing is so strong, and there's actually the certainty that there will one day be nothing.
Certainty, you say? Huh.
And there was before that nothing, which was, is that supposed to be designed as well? I don't know. But not to be impressed by the fact that we are here rather than not, it is to be, well, too easily unimpressed.
God, I remember when I used to be.
So even like that. That's why I always go back to that. If, like he's probably him and Dawkins, and look, they can't come up with why it's tuned so beautifully for life in this universe, and then even more particularly here on this little orb, and with the amount of asteroids and the amount of that have hit this solar system, and that there's an entire asteroid belt in this solar system, which is unique. That there's an entire, why has nothing hit it to eliminate this sphere here? You know, and that it's a question that you have to be, with all the millions and billions of calculations over eons, and why? And that's what he's talking about. It looks like there's something there that's kind of cradled us, or some, you know, it's something.
It appears when I left Islam in 2016, I remember I used to be a hardcore Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, follower. But then now looking back, I'm like, God damn, that was a bit cringe, because they were too arrogant. Like, oh, there's no God. Everything is scientifically Big Bang. Things went into order. I'm like, but how? What made things get into order? What was the fine tuning? What made it happen? And they still can't tell me till this day. They can't tell me.
I'll say this. I mean,
you got a link to the Guide to America.
He was an intellectually honest guy, because if you notice, the guy who died was his friend was a bishop.
Yeah, I'll get you.
A Catholic
I really
bishop.
Want to see that one. That's really going to divide.
Yeah, put up that 50-state one. That'll be funny. But
the American one or the European one?
But if you notice, Hitchens was intellectually
American than Europe.
Oh, okay.
Hitchens was intellectually honest. He said, what did he say? My friend Bishop, he was a Catholic bishop. That was his friend. You know what I mean? These guys sat, like, I'll say this, say what you want about Hitchens. He did have intellectual rigor with a lot of different people. He would sit down and discuss things, and you know what I mean? So, say what you want.
The ones that used to piss me off was Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins, because they were purely arrogant.
Yeah, they're more arrogant, and that's what he was saying. It's like, to not be impressed by certain arguments is to not have, the intellectual capacity for it, to be intellectually dishonest.
Yeah. I got your message. I just checked it. I can't, because back in the day, I can't play that because of who put it up there. He sent me a video by the Australian guy who is an atheist. Who
is it? The young guy, the Alex kid?
It's the one who does. It's the one who LARPs as a kangaroo.
Oh,
I know that
atheist
guy.
is amazing, or atheism is amazing.
Oh yeah, AIU, atheist is unstoppable.
Yeah, I can't play that video because he religiously.
I used to be on his panel,
it.
by the way. I used to be on his panel on Google Hangouts back in the day. I used to be, and that guy initially, we used to talk about religion and stuff, but then he became like, I was more atheist, like, but he was full anti-theist. They're like, fuck religion, fuck Christianity, full on. I'm like, bro, chill. Like, yo, relax. And then he went full liberal. Like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Hillary because I remember 2016, he voted for Hillary. I'm like, bro, vote for Trump. He's like, nah, fuck Trump. He's a fascist, he's a racist, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, and then he said, because I was in the UK, I voted for Brexit. And when I told him I voted for Brexit, he's like, oh, you're anti-EU. You're also a fascist. I'm like, bro, how can I be a fascist Nazi if I'm Somalian? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, play your USA Orthodox. Play the USA one so everyone's happy. And then I have a link in the back that I want you to play. It's like a 10, 15 minute. It's from John Lennox at his debate against Hitchens and Lennox. But after your 50 state thing, because I want the audience wants the 50 state thing. So put that up.
I will play the 50 state thing, but before I play your video, I'll play a portion of EAE's because it's 45. It's
yeah. No. I mean, they're first. I was just throwing it up there for when you got in the order of what you're playing. So because it's like 10, 15, but like I said, it really kind of Lennox's arguments. I think people would like to hear, because you so often hear these oratory arguments from, like I said, CT was playing, what's his name? God, whoever that guy, that scientist, you hear all the, but I would like
Lawrence Krauss.
Yeah, but you need to hear an opening or a complete argument from Lennox. Very few people have heard him actually define and kind of argue what he's saying. And I think people, if you like, a lot of people think there's all these genius argumentative debaters on the atheist side and not on the apologetic side. But someone like Lennox is really some people that should know about. So play whatever you're going to play. I was just saying, I hope later you'll play that because I'll be on for that.
EA, when I do play your video, since it's 44 minutes long, is there any particular part you want me to play? Any particular section?
Orthodox is gonna need a daggone menu board for all these videos.
No, I think it's 50 states. Then it's 50 states, then Europe, then EAE, then me. It's easy.
Okay.
EAE.
America, the land of freedom, fast food, highways, oil, eagles, and you know those fun Holst steel devices. Obviously, I'm talking about cars, which you can use to travel from one state to another, of which there are 50 spanning 6 time zones, 4 million miles of road, and 200,000 fast food restaurants. Well, today we're going to be going through those states one by one and ranking them all on this beautiful
We're
tier
so
list.
freaking
Little
fat here.
disclaimer, this video is going to be in 2 parts because I want to make sure I actually talk about every state and not rush any essential analysis, maybe with the exception of South Dakota. Yeah, anyway, the one unified video would just be far too long for some of you guys' attention spans. I would have to start incorporating some Subway Surfers.
That guy with the board,
you get the idea. Our first state up is Florida, the ancestral lands of the world famous Florida man, the shining beacon of freedom, the
Florida man,
redneck hillbillies, and Disney adults alike. Hear me out right, these guys have to get an honorary S. Out of respect, because this state is truly the pinnacle of America. Everything they stand for, everything they fantasize about, other states could only dream about the simply humongous amount of soulless corporate slop malls, the most gigantic, colossal, nauseating suburbs this world has ever seen, the sheer lack of any minorly usable public transport, the fucking highway systems, oh my god,
highways, one more lane,
Truman ascend into the clouds. Just look at this shit. That's a 2-hour drive, bro, only in Florida. That's right, we only use boats to suspiciously traffic that one specific sugary, energizing, addicting substance into Miami. Hell yeah. I'm talking about Coca-Cola. Obviously, I'm talking about Coca-Cola. I mean, almost 70% of Florida residents drink Coca-Cola daily. What the f? Nah, these guys have to get an S. It's unnegotiable. Next up, Georgia. Man, what can I say? King Carly, UFC, Starlink, Skibbity Toilet. These guys are seriously producing some of the best contributions to our Skibbity Toilet. Wait, hold up. Oh, no. Yeah,
gay.
Just mid, honestly. They got one of the world's worst managed urban sprawls. But I'm
why
gonna
do you
bump
talk about the
them
Black
up because
Games?
of this sheer megalith of music to come out of this state. Anyone from Ray Charles to Gucci Mane. I'm
What about the
almost
Black
certain
Games?
your
Nah,
favorite
Gucci Mane.
music legitimately wouldn't
Nah,
exist
Gucci.
without
Nah,
the influence
Gucci.
of this one ugly
Gucci
American
Mane.
city. Also, Peaches. You know a state's gonna be amazing when their entire
Well, Georgia has a lot
pride
of
is
movies
based
and
around
TV
one
shows
fruit
being
that
done
they're
there too
okay
now.
at growing.
Babe, how did peach cobbler
But I heard Atlanta had the most black men, black gay men.
Yeah, Atlanta is kind of known for all the
They can
nigga
get a
queers.
medium
They
C
call it gay
out of
Atlanta.
respect. Man, South Carolina is just like Georgia, but without any of the redeeming
out to
qualities
Lolo.
that Georgia
Shout out
has.
to her.
Their biggest
Oh,
city
she's from
has
there?
150,000
Dude, she was looking like she just wanted to be thrown against the wall in that
I was
shirt
trying to
last night.
find a
Listen,
reason not
Imperious,
to
you
put you
triggered the
guys
fuck
in
out of
deep.
BB
So I
and
looked
Lola
up things
last
South
night.
Carolina's
Yeah,
known
yeah.
for. Comes up with the city
gotta
of
get BB
Columbia.
on
You guys
camera, dude.
find me one person who hears the word Columbia and thinks of South Carolina. Bro, Columbia.
God
Columbia,
damn.
Columbus. Christopher Columbus. District of Columbia. The fucking Coke brand. Ain't no one thinking about
That's Savage's cousin.
break it
right
to you.
there.
I really got no reason to put South Carolina any higher than E. Sorry, guys. On the other hand, North Carolina.
Yeah, baby,
Cool
North
sibling.
Carolina.
This is the well-fed
Yeah, North
sibling.
Carolina.
This is the only sibling worth giving a fucking visit. And let's be real here. This is the good ending. Anyway, North Carolina, it's in the top 10 states for population. They got a diverse natural landscape and a diverse economy. It birthed the aeroplane, Pepsi, Krispy Kreme, mini golf,
Krispy Kreme.
Fred Durst, the machine
Fred
gun.
Durst.
Wow, what a breathtaking
I live in such a
fleet of
great state.
goddamn
Let's go.
American innovations, man. I never thought I'd do
Yeah,
this,
shout
but
out to
I
Fred
think
Durst.
I'm willing to put one of the Carolinas in A, you know. Now, Virginia. I don't know, man.
Oh,
All
yeah,
that
my
comes to
state.
mind is the Appalachian
Okay,
Mountains.
James.
So,
Yeah, we're known for the hillbillies,
now,
alright?
from my understanding, Virginia is split into a few subdivisions.
Known
To
for
the
the
west,
hillbillies.
you got.
Yeah,
To the north, you
hillbillies.
got people
My
that get that
ancestors,
DC
yeah.
money, use that
That's what
DC
we're talking about,
metro,
the
pay them
hillbillies.
DC
Goddamn
taxes,
moochers.
but also get really, really offended if you refer to them as being from DC, not Northern Virginia. And then you got the southeast, which is just frat bros and sparkly teeth,
I love that guy
spray
talking
tanned
about
Jersey
his-
construction trash. I'm feeling a D. Maryland.
Ah,
I gotta give these
damn.
guys credit where credit's
D.
due. They did name themselves after
We
one
got
of the
Oh, I love
greatest
Maryland because I
confectionery
love
items
D.
ever created. I respect that. Now, this is a pretty small state, so I'm gonna end up basing 100% of my analysis off of Baltimore. And man, what a city. Baltimore, despite being a relatively small, seriously mid city, manages to somehow constantly remain relevant in the world. Be that through violent, fatal bridge collapses or famous TV shows or that
Oh,
fucking
the greatest TV
accent,
show.
bro.
That's true.
Shout out to Rashu for his terrible accent.
Shout out to Rashu.
Plus, I gotta
Crazy.
give them some
Crazy
points
lineup.
for being one of the few American states with a half decent flag. But
Yes,
that
sir.
being said, I think
is a
you
good
guys
flag, yeah.
are being hella greedy, right? Give this bit of land to West Virginia, man. God knows they need it. For now, I'm gonna give them an E, but you know, I might bump it up depending on how many angry Baltimoreans I get in the comments. Now, Delaware. Hey, I got nothing bad to say about Delaware,
didn't
yo.
even know it
Please, someone
existed.
hook me up
I
with that
forget about
Delaware tax
That's
status, man.
Joe
Yo,
Biden. That's
I'm gonna
a-
represent
that's a-
you guys. I just want that. Now, really though, the only thing Delaware has going
Yeah, well,
for
now
it
that's
is
all
its
those
tax
companies are
status
leaving because
and
what they
its
did to
OG
Elon.
status. And I mean
Oh,
real
Minor
OG
P there?
status. For
That's
my
an F.
Brits, imagine the Guernsey of America. For my Europeans, imagine the Monaco of America. You get the
No,
deal. There's a lot
no
of
way. It's not
Delawareans with this
Monaco.
fit and this type of humor.
Delaware is the Monaco of America.
New Jersey.
This looks fucking beautiful. What the hell is this? This is fucking Bayonne, New Jersey. Water in Bayonne. Look at this place. Water in Bayonne.
Now, yeah, it might be one of the ugliest places on the face of planet Earth. Yes,
It's America's
it will
armpit.
leech off New York's economy and then beat you to a pulp if you slightly insinuate that they
Sopranos,
even
este.
resemble a New Yorker. But look, man, I watched too much Sopranos to not give Jersey at least a C.
How about that prick's face when he showed a gat?
This show has had so much of an impact on me that I was in Italy calling any cut of meat I saw gabagool. I quite possibly unknowingly created a few lifelong nemesises with that. But whatever. New Jersey's getting a high D or a low C. I don't care. One thing I do care about though is how Italians view me. So I'm not gonna lie, the gabagool situation did embarrass me a little bit. If you want to travel or meet people with interesting other cultures and you don't want them to hate you like they hated me, you should definitely consider learning the language. That's where italki comes in. Using this online language learning platform, you can take personalized one-on-one lessons. First of all, if I so look, if we're basing Pennsylvania's rating off Philly alone, their own deep south, and it's west of the state, which is fucking off the rails, bro. It's straight up a stronghold of redneckness, a slice of Alabama
there you go, James.
in the
That's
north
you,
of
James.
the US, where you can find moonshine flowing, guns toting, money owing, corn growing, patriotism showing, truck towing, lawn mowing, dinghy rowing, church going, crop sowing, eagle crowing Americans. A tier. New York. Now, I've already talked about New York too much on this channel, so I won't bang on about it for too long. But importantly, in this state exists the biggest city in America. One of the most powerful, most important mega cities in the world. A magical place where dudes like this and dudes like this can peacefully coexist on the same train home.
The black, look at the black. Oh, no! It's Gimpy! No!
No Diddy! No Diddy!
That nigga about to get shot.
F tier.
Why are they catching him? So funny. Go back. Let me see the net again. Let me see the net again. That's so funny.
On the same train home, a beacon of humanity, a role model to every other Western city.
Yo, that flip was crazy. Where is it?
What the hell is wrong with you? No Diddy. What the hell?
No Diddy.
You just kissing random people.
Where's the flip? The flip was crazy.
I like how he got Tim's on.
You know what I smell? I smell butt ass. Butt ass. It was so bad. I mean, the song hit you like boom. I knew I wasn't tripping. Why the fuck is it all this bread?
Okay, I changed my mind. S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier.
What is going on?
S tier.
Hey, yo, boss.
I seen a pigeon get on for one stop and then get off on the next one. Like,
yo, New York is
could have flew there, my nigga.
New York is an easy S tier. It's like
yeah, it has to be up there with
they
Florida.
Got everything. Connecticut, my pretty uninformed opinion of this state is that it's basically one big suburb of New York City.
I don't know, dude. Florida's pretty ridiculous, dude. You see people walking gators and shit.
Yes, they might have some of the most prestigious colleges in the world, but overall,
I told my friend from
Connecticut in New York. It's like T-Move New York. For example,
I feel like it's like the size of like
in Connecticut
Jesus,
is
man,
essentially New York style pizza, but without the cheese.
Like one,
bro, that's like selling me a car with no wheels. That's like a house with no roof.
Pizza. Look at that.
You guys are kind of meant to be the cleverest Americans, but yo, taking cheese off pizza is seriously one of the lowest IQ moves a human could make. If this is the kind of thing they're proud of inventing, Connecticut's getting a low score, man. They can get a low C. Right, next up, Rhode Island. Firstly, ain't no
smallest state. I think Rhode Island.
Yo, shout out Ben and Grace, bro. They're from.
Oh God,
really?
No, we don't talk about Grace around here, right? That is.
Don't say the name; it'll appear, dude.
No, say it 3 times. Say it
Race.
No.
Thorpe.
Look, man, Grace needs to be protected.
Ben.
No.
Stop.
Just play the video, please. Please just play the video.
Family was only Hunter Biden. Rhode Island is really the outcast of New England.
That's him right there.
They got the worst potholes in the country. Some of the most potent.
That is Ben. It looks like Ben.
One of the worst reputations in the country. I mean, I know they got Joey, but I think in a good timeline, the only
Joey's a
Rhode
mid-rapper,
Island we have
bro.
on a
People
planet
say I
is
look
this
like
one.
him, bro.
Sorry, guys.
You kind of do, Bumpkin.
Massachusetts.
Wait,
this is a very.
He looks like your older brother.
They got Boston, home to Harvard, kinda. A city where everyone's got got a silly accent. They
Hey,
eat lots of
bad,
lobster. I've
bad
heard people
EA.
are quite friendly in the same way Northerners in the UK are friendly. Which
You know what?
isn't-
I
they're
love the
also
Boston
very
accent.
mean,
Fuck
but
y'all.
they're also,
Boston
like,
accent's
friendly.
amazing.
It's hard
I
to
love it.
explain. Once again, like with Philly and New York.
Can we get
Comment.
that dude?
Can we
get
ban
that
this
dude?
man?
Yeah, can we get him the fuck up out of here, dude? Can we get just admitting to sloppy seconds is
No, see,
crazy.
actually,
Yeah, the first
Orthodox,
guy
can you
being
mod
It's
him?
the
dad,
Ben
him.
sloppy seconds.
Make him a mod. That's a mod state.
Make him a
Make-
mod.
Make him an advanced mod.
That's your job.
Give him the wrench.
There you go. You got the wrench, Bubba.
You actually gave him a wrench, you fucking monkey.
Absolute mad lad.
Twizza, please
when
make a
me and-
comment right quick. Comment, please. We want to see the wrench. There
Oh
we
my
go.
god, no.
Yeah, hell yeah.
when me and Bateman used to stream, we would joke around about stuff, right, on Waffle House. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'll say it here first. I will cuck Ben when it comes to Grace.
You know what's crazy? I bet, the thing is, I bet it's totally up. I bet she's super boring in bed and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, everyone thinks she's probably like, no, I bet she's super boring and shit. You know what I mean?
She's a starfish in bed.
She's got that cute little like dead eye stare in the like.
Oh,
God, if you like a girl on like morphine or something, I mean, it's like,
guys.
She's just no. I mean, like the thing is if she lost like 30 pounds, she'd be a. But she has that like baby fat face.
She is pretty. Grace is pretty.
No, I mean, I think the voice maybe is like the
her
worst thing.
Her body is going to hell, bro.
Yeah, dude, and she ages really fast, dude.
I bet she smokes a lot too. So she's
Yeah,
got the
dude, cigarette smoke makes girls like skin and vagina age, and like, yeah, it's just, dude. Imagine like that whole like ovaries with like smoke in them and stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, when it comes to Orthodox, though, his taste in women are a little unorthodox. So Grace might be the one.
Yeah, no, I love
Especially
you want to go after like Wade or something.
I love
especially if he likes girls that love to dig into you and get real personal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You would love, dude. You should go on and talk to Lindsay and stuff, dude. Like on Flo's channel and shit, dude. Lindsay's. Man, me and her, she tries to like psychoanalyze you, dude. She'll try to analyze you, Orthodox. It'll turn you on.
But see, I only like talking to those women in public because once they piss me off, I'll just grab them by the throat real quick.
Well, that's what I do. I tell her like, "Oh, Lindsay, I love you analyzing me. I'll analyze your insides and stuff." You know.
Lads, let's be real. Grace has the position. It's a dead starfish. She's a dead starfish.
Well, that's the thing. The hotter the girl, oftentimes, just as from, I mean, some hot girls are freaks, yeah, but a lot of the times the hottest girls don't do as much in bed. They're kind of like lazy.
They don't have to. They want you to do the work.
Well, that's the thing. They know that for most guys, it's like a privilege to be with them. So they think like, oh, you better, do all the work, dude. You know?
In period. As long as you get your nut, that's what that matters. It's for
I
yourself.
orgasm every time. Sex is always great for me.
Okay.
Look, man, I tell her often it's not my fault you didn't get yours. We started at the same time.
Right. I got mine. I don't care about you. I got mine.
I don't know why. I
kind of like
you just pointed something out and I didn't notice. Blue Jay is still on panel. Let's.
I don't care.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Blue Jay.
Oh, that's okay. I actually my phone died for a minute, so I dropped down.
Oh, good. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
well,
no
it's kind of like, I'll
worries.
say this. It's kind of like the Asians. You can't really get mad at the Asians because they get drunk after 2 beers, you know?
It's not their fault. They sell beer by the gallon over there.
You know what?
They get that glow, dude. After like 1 beer, they're red, so they're kind of like Indians after that.
To be fair,
Actually, what's
an Indian? Indians didn't exist.
Yeah, I know, right? There were no women brought on the ships. It was just that Africans just jump out of the ground. Black people just jump out of the
Well,
ground,
actually,
dude.
they mostly just brought men, but
No, look, they brought mostly men because women couldn't make the trip, but some women did come.
Well, no, it's because it was cheaper. Because and it sounds horrible,
No,
but
dude, it's
because
women
no,
physically
the
do that.
Native
Like,
American women could
Yeah.
they would just acclimate because their women will like just
There
go
weren't
with
that
whatever the
many at the
men.
time. No,
But
girl.
no,
guys,
listen,
Blue
just
Jay.
listen for a second. So basically, what happened is they took the Native American men out to the West Indies and traded them for African men. Because if they left the Native American men here as slaves, they would escape and know where to go, and the tribes would help. But the women, they didn't transport. They just took them to the plantation. So basically, African men and Native American women paired up, and that's like the result.
Okay, I have a
Black
question.
Americans.
They did because of their.
What's
He's
that,
right.
Darian?
He's right. They did it sometimes because of the economic class and because of like how they interacted in the different divisions of society. But to think that like
it wouldn't
weren't
make
African
economic.
women-
Serious.
Yeah, it didn't
No,
make
there were a
economic
lot.
sense.
I mean, if you look there, I would have to
bring
think there were at
women.
least like. I would have to think there were at least 200,000. If you looked at the 600,000 that were brought, it was probably 2 to 1 men to women.
It was
probably
380,000. I don't know where that 600.
Okay, well,
Blue Jay,
but okay, even if it was, let's say it was
Yeah.
300,
Hey,
I would
here's the
say
real question.
150 of it probably
Hang
were
on.
women.
Blue Jay, here's the real question. How do you feel about Pocahontas getting taken down by John Smith in the Pocahontas movie?
Well, they made pretty
That
good.
one white man with the blue eyes.
Dude, I would dick down Pocahontas if she looked like the cartoon. She looked like a damn hot Thai chick.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
But,
How about
you
that,
know, the
Blue Jay?
Native Americans all had different aesthetics.
She-
Like
she-
they don't
she
all
was
look
that
the
white-
same.
Do you think they had a hairy bush?
White. I wouldn't even say it, but
I don't know. My ex-husband,
Probably.
my kid's father, has some Cherokee, so they've kind of got like that
Mm.
darker outlined eyes. And my son has like light gray eyes, and it looks like he's got eyes.
outline
Pretty.
eyes. Just say slanted. We know it means.
Oh,
No,
hey, we
they're
gotta
not
bring
slanted.
Josh up on the panel. We
They're
got Black
somewhat
Israel.
almond
Oh, hey,
shaped,
hey, Josh, you can hit the link.
but
if you
they're not slanted. They're more, if anything, they're just a little bit almond. But that's only my daughter. My son has like
Oh,
brown.
white words. Okay, almond, slanted, same thing to
No,
me.
slanted goes down. Almond goes up.
They're squints, you're saying.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, almond means like the shape of your eye. The
Almond,
corner goes
liberal word
upward.
for squinty eye. There you go.
No, squinted goes down. It points down towards
Back
your
in the day, they
ears.
called those chaps.
Almonds goes up towards your hairline. Big difference.
Hey, Bumpkin.
No,
hold it down. I gotta
Cherokee.
go do something
No.
real quick. I'm gonna
You'd
play
have
out.
to
I'm gonna
see
play
a
out the
picture,
video,
I
all right?
guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, play the video, play the
the
video.
video is so funny. Let's keep going with the video. Let's fuck America. I love America. Go on, America. America.
Well, Boston was actually built by people that have some regard for cities being pretty and green and efficient and walkable and nice. But for some reason, everyone from other
Oh,
East
look,
Coast
that's the eye
states
person. There you go.
seems to fucking hate Boston. I don't know why, but it's like they all for once come together in a unified alliance to just shit on Massachusetts.
I love the Irish.
In Boston. What are we doing here? Hey, look at the egg. A square slice of SpongeBob's ass. On an egg with prosthetic bacon. That's what I'm looking at. For fucking $7.50. Fucking $8 for this
Imperius, is that you, Imperius?
Wait, that's
Let me know.
$8?
Oh, yeah.
I guess a big negative about this state is the winters. But overall, Boston seems kind of like a Leeds or Manchester.
It's a cool
American
city. Like, if you go to, like,
decent,
the
but
old places and
cold.
stuff,
I
there's
do,
some pretty
however,
cool,
have
like,
a
bars
sweet
and
spot
shit
for
there.
that northern charm. I think it's
Oh, yeah,
the
Imperius,
Swedish blood
even
in
the
me.
UK, the
So
Irish
I'm gonna give you
undefeated.
guys a
It's
strong
bar
B.
hopping.
Yeah, the
Now we're
Irish,
onto
man.
this top
Yeah.
northern corner, and I don't know if this is controversial to
Fucking
say. But we
Maine,
just
dude.
consolidate this into one
Oh, Somali
state. In a
Central.
country
Oh,
where
Maine,
Texas
Somali.
and California
Oh, no.
exist, there ain't no reason why New Hampshire and Vermont aren't at least
What the
smushed
fuck are
together.
Somalis in
Anyway, I'm
Maine?
gonna
I
go
don't-
through
I
these
don't
pretty
get it.
quickly.
Yeah,
as
how
the
the heck your
probability
people
that
get up
someone
there,
from
bro?
I don't
Maine
know.
is watching this
No
right now
idea.
is like 1 in 5,000. However, Maine is definitely the coolest out of these. All right, they got spooky, evil creatures and shit. They
And
got
Somalis.
serious lobster-related
That's the F.
economic prosperity. They got a
Yeah, that's
fucking
pretty
desert.
scary.
They got hillbillies, and most importantly, my Scandinavian ancestors.
I'll take
were out there
hillbilly over Somali.
way before, like 500 years before Columbus. Maine is getting a B. Hey, I like a good
Really?
freaky evil spot like that, man. Hit me up if you got a ranch in Maine, bro. I need
Hilarious.
to visit. New Hampshire is basically a more boring version of Maine. Less freaky, less lobster. I was
Ain't
really
that the most
looking for
It's a
some
more
fun
white
facts or
state. It's the
something
whitest
about
state in the
this
country. It's
state.
like
I literally
96%
couldn't
white.
find shit.
Imperius,
Please,
isn't it
New
the most libertarian
Hampshireans,
state in
comment
America?
if I'm wrong here. But you know a
Like,
state is
hardcore
bad when you
libertarian.
look up its fun facts. And the
Freeholding.
first thing that comes up is that they have around 1,000 lakes. Boy, that ain't
that's
shit.
nice.
Don't come to me, a half British, half Scandinavian man, and brag about your amount of lakes. If you're not Canadian, you are gonna lose that one. Vermont, You know how tiny of a population you gotta have to be under fucking North Dakota? You know how little citizens you gotta have to just minorly beat Wyoming? Oh no, bro. All I could find about these guys is that they make some pretty mid ice cream, and they put out an arrest warrant for George Bush because of the Iraq War, which is pretty fucking awesome. That being said, though, you guys are getting a D like New Hampshire, whatever. On to the glorious Midwest.
Here we go.
The black.
With, you know, everyone's favorite state, Ohio. They got corn. They got
black.
I'm struggling. Ohio's kind of interesting because on one hand, they got the most dilapidated urban wastelands. On the other hand, they have these crazy rural Amish communities that are like America's
He always
version
talks
of the
about how it's the
Sentinel
best
Island
place to be.
uncontacted tribes. Truly a state with great variety.
No,
One thing
what
I
is it,
truly
dude?
didn't comprehend about Ohio was how many fucking people live there. Somehow, it's the 7th most populous state. That being said, it's the only one out of the top 30 most populated states that has a declining population. That means more people want to move to Alabama than Ohio, bro. And for that reason, we could see Ohio lose its top 10 states.
Alabama is nice, though. Isn't it like the
Seeing as it's apparently pretty
It's nice.
common.
It's got some
What
really
are-
good.
yeah.
Cosplaying as
Tether
being
saying
from other
something
cool parts of the US. Trust me, right? Go to the
Tether
trendiest
has
block
been
in
light
Brooklyn. Go to the most hipster coffee shop you can see. Go up to the guy with the suspiciously thick New York accent, the Yankee cap, and the
A good
hipster
hipster
beard
is
sitting at the window.
You can tell this guy's
reading a book.
clueless about
Ask
America,
him
huh?
which borough he grew up in.
Yankee.
He is a Brit,
1000%.
so.
He's
I
gonna
know.
stare a bit,
That's what I mean.
with shame in his eyes and quietly mutter, I'm actually from Upper
be fair, the video's still
Arlington in
funny,
Columbus,
to be
man. But please
People
don't
believe
tell
him too, I'm
anyone.
sure.
All that hate aside, I'm probably gonna end up ranking Ohio above some of the other Midwest states purely because it has the population, it has the big cities, the manpower, and it has a half relevant importance in terms of my career. So, I gotta represent Indiana. I'm sure Indianans will get angry at me
Michael
for saying
Jackson
this one,
syndrome.
but I think
I have
the
no
state
idea.
is pretty similar.
I
to
don't know anything
Ohio,
about
just
Indiana.
more flat and more
Jackson.
rural. And instead of having 3 big cities, they have
Gary,
one. If
Indiana.
anything, I guess it
Indianapolis.
looks a little more aesthetically pleasing than some of the other Rust
And
Belt
also Parks and
states,
Rec, the
especially
TV
if
show.
you fuck with corn.
true.
Unless you
Yeah,
go
yeah, there you
north, where there is
Hey, yo, they got
a
corn.
almost
They
entirely
got
abandoned ghost town called Gary, a place so inhospitable that they just barricade the
This
highway
is where
exit
CT likes
that
to
goes
travel.
Gary. Anything to keep humans
Wait,
out
wait,
of that
this is
place.
Boston
I
and
think in an
Michigan,
old
Jackson?
video, I actually
Boston.
promised I'd visit Gary, Indiana
That's
one
where
day.
MJ's
So
from.
it might be on
I
the
can't
cards
pause it.
soon. We'll see. Either way, it's not looking good for Indiana, bro. I'm sorry to
Nah,
do
you're a
this, but
dickhead, bro. You're a dickhead.
right
Say we
next to
just
Gary,
nuclear
however,
test
there
that site
exists
and
one
start
of
over.
the great
Yeah, I was gonna say, they
American
might as well just
cities,
turn it into
Chicago,
farmland or something.
Illinois, home of the bean, Kanye, deep dish pizza. What more?
Oh, you mean where most
city?
blacks kill
Well,
each other?
quite
I love
quite a
blacks
bit
killing
more, to
each
be
other.
fair. Despite having 12 million people,
I mean, to be
this
fair, if
city
they
has
just
a
turned Gary into like a
completely
maximum
inefficient,
security
unreliable
prison and just
public
let him duke it
transport
out, that'd be
network. Some
great.
of the
Yeah,
worst
just make a
neighborhoods
perimeter and
in
just
the
say, okay,
Western
do what you want.
Hemisphere.
Oh, block!
Loads of pollution, all types, and in general, it's a pretty minging place. But that being said, the cultural relevance
Am I
of
tripping?
Chicago
Oh,
can't
that's
be
where the most
understated.
black
The
deaths
amount
happen.
of
Kanye's
music,
wife
art,
dumped him.
etc. has come out of here. I like
Look
how
at-
they
oh,
make
the
the
moped.
river
Look at
Yeah,
the
I
moped.
saw that.
Patrick's Day,
Moped,
much to the
moped.
amusement
Yo,
of
green.
actual
Oh!
Irish
He was
people.
arguing with
I
you
like
that
how
That
they
is
make
cool when they
cheese
do
under
the river
tomato
green in
sauce.
Chicago.
Cheese under the sauce.
That's cool.
Chicago
I know they're
pizza.
gonna say Mormons for Utah.
Like, I'm Italian and this is hurting me.
It's from Chicago.
Guys, I just saw
Maybe
a
not
whole.
UK.
guys, I saw
That's
a
like
whole
me
river.
on top. I'm Italian. This is hurting me.
Cheese is under the sauce.
It's not enough.
But that's Chicago we're
Guys,
talking
I
about.
saw a whole
What
river that
about
was
the rest of
beautiful.
Illinois?
Jesus and sauce.
I know it's very frustrating for Illinois citizens how everyone
moped.
thinks their state is only Chicago. So I came up with a map labeling the entire state. First off, we got Abraham Lincoln's house. Yeah, then we got amphetamine abuse. Then we got bean, and then we got corn. That should lay it out more fairly. I'm thinking low D for you guys at best. Then we
Yes.
got
Oh,
Michigan,
it's
famously best tap water in the country.
Yeah, I
Famously
got
least potholes in the
I didn't know they had
country.
abuse.
Famously one of the most prosperous
Yo,
and
that
up-and-coming
Flint, Michigan
economies in the
Prosperous.
country. Famously beautiful, sunny, mild winters. Famously one of the most reliable, forward-thinking public transport networks in the country. Famously cuisine mecca, one of the world's prime locations for fine
Fago.
dining.
Ugh.
Oh my god, man, Michigan is a mess. Cities like
Yo, what the
Detroit,
fuck is
Flint,
that?
they've almost reached complete meme status for just how bad
Oh,
they
Danny
are.
Brown. You know, I like the artist.
Someone stole my fucking Porsche.
Yeah, that was literally 2 years ago. The woman, it was an older black lady. She actually got a GoFundMe to get it back, which was
Really? Oh
Really?
my god.
For example,
Pardon
right,
me,
yeah,
Detroit was meant to get this big
Yeah, she
sign
got-
like
she actually did
Hollywood.
get her
This was
Porsche
the
back. She-
original
By
plan.
the way,
Peter
Bumpkin,
Cole
is that
was like
you
a
with the
And
Porsche?
yo, this is
I
what
always
they
see
ended up
Bumpkin.
building. British State can't even build a small scale infrastructure project without getting fucking roasted. It's crazy.
Now here we go, thinking we about to get some
FJ,
shit.
FJ,
They done order us a sign on fucking Wish. I thought our sign was gonna look like Hollywood. That's probably why they put this bitch right by the hood. Thought we was about to get some shit. They really just hold us. Ben gave us a sign in times of Rome, and we just keeping it real. We ain't never hated. I think I seen a bigger sign.
Wait a minute. This is the global superpower. Fuck you, America.
Is that T Grizzly?
You know,
I think it's
some of
G-Mac.
the
Yeah, it's
clear
G-Mac.
negatives aside, I gotta give it to these guys. They got some spirit,
This is
they got
the
some
global
soul, they got
superpower.
some good
It's real.
fucking energy, man. Plus, despite the state shrinking in population and influence recently, you gotta admit, bro, Michigan culturally is low-key more influential than all the other Midwest states combined.
Okay, Eminem.
So
Okay.
many musicians,
Okay, fair.
so many bands, athletes, inventors. They got everything, man. Bro, Germany straight up wouldn't have music if it wasn't for Detroit. You know that Berlin style techno music, right? That all Germans bump. Just guess who invented
I love
that shit.
watching it,
What
man.
the hell would depressed
heck is
leather
ghetto
wearing
tech?
Germans do without Michigan, man?
Oh,
So
that-
I gotta
that's
give them a
kinda
low
like
C out of respect. Danny
Michigan,
Brown is like my lifelong idol, bro. They have to be
Yeah,
a
Danny
part
Brown,
of
that's the beauty right
Wisconsin. It sounds like it should be part of Canada, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? I also say that because back in the day, there was this poor dude from Wisconsin who'd never left the Midwest before until his family moved to fucking Birmingham, UK. I felt so
Oh,
sorry
not
for that
Birmingham,
poor
UK, not
guy.
Birmingham,
He was
UK.
sat next to
No.
me in a load of classes, and I swear the only thing I remember the guy fucking talking about was ice hockey, how I shouldn't use swear words, and hot dog eating contests. This guy put me on Joey Chestnut early, fam, in Milwaukee.
Hey,
I know
yo,
they
hold
got that
on,
funny
pause.
ass
But
clap
Bumpkin,
music,
that looks like
and
your
that's
kind
the
of place, bro.
absolute extent
Pure
of my
whiteness.
Wisconsin knowledge.
Mine
Just
is
getting a
these
low
niggas.
C for my OG.
I'm only a
Shout
9-hour
out.
drive.
Next up,
from
Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
Okay, I might sound a bit biased, right? But I think this is a state people are seriously.
This is
seizing
state
on.
right
It's got
next to
some
me,
of the best
Minnesota. Let's
public
go.
services in the Midwest, maybe even in the US.
dirty
Are you in
Somalians.
Wisconsin?
Public
Dirty
transport,
Somalians.
relatively low
Instant
cost of
F tier.
living.
No, I'm
People
in
here are
Minnesota.
Friendly as fuck. Yeah, they might have.
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
Sorry, I'm in
abysmal,
North Dakota,
unbearable
but-
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
winters, but They
what?
got you covered.
No, my bad, I thought- I thought
Minneapolis
that's in
figured out
Minnesota.
the most
You're not from there,
American
are you?
way to protect
No, I'm
its
not from
citizens
here, no.
from harsh winters.
I
You
moved
simply
here on
do not
purpose.
have to go outside. The cities in Minnesota
I-
are
actually,
designed
look, I
with
have
indoor
some,
corridors
decent
going
friends I met
between
online,
buildings
in
above the
Wisconsin.
streets. So
Pretty-
effectively, assuming you have a
people.
garage, you can
And they
go
love their
about your
cheese. God,
entire
I get
day
it.
and not breathe
They
fresh
really
air
love their
once.
cheese.
It's
Yeah.
a 4chan user's dream,
It
bro.
looks like
This is
Vegas.
American innovation at its finest. Something about this
at
skywalk
least it looks
system is
nice.
so satisfying.
Yes, I'd
to
fit
my
in
brain.
well over there
I
with
fully
all
want to
that
visit
cheese,
Minneapolis just
I
to
love
walk
cheese.
around
I would live in
endless
Wisconsin
corridors
to
for the
get my
entire
cheese
day.
nuts.
I feel
Love
like
cheese.
that
Looks
would
like
give
that
me
mall,
ultimate
at the
peace.
plaza.
I actually think this is kind of
Across the
genius,
street.
right? Because it solves the mall problem that the rest of the Midwest
I'll
has.
be a
The
mall
reason
guy.
so
Eating
many
cheese.
malls in Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana lay completely abandoned and
Where's
decayed
Minnesota?
is
I
because
want
people
Minnesota
have
to be
no
F tier.
reason to drive all the way to a physical non-food related shop and buy stuff anymore. And the idea of a mall is to rope customers of other shops into your shop through IRL marketing. A mall only works if people
I
are
mean, a lot of
walking
third
through
world countries have a mall
subconsciously
distance.
browsing.
My
Well, all
country
these
has, like, 4 of
skywalks obviously
Yeah.
have a
That's
lot
where
of
everybody
people
goes. It's
walking
just
through
the mall.
subconsciously browsing, and they put
That and the
shops
lake.
in them. It's
That's where everybody goes.
perfect. And it
The
means
only time I go to a
Minnesota
mall is
skirts
like,
one of the
Cologne,
big
for
urban
students.
decay
That's
problems that every other Midwest
Somalia
state
have,
has.
like, an
I
Apple
actually
store?
think in a lot of ways Minnesota
Yeah.
is kind of the best example of
We,
how
we
a
have like
Midwest
we
state
don't even use
operates
cash
in
anymore. We use like a
2024. I have to
mobile
admit, yeah, I
e-payment
do have
thing.
a little personal bias for
It's
this
the most
state,
shopping.
right? They got
Oh, okay.
hella Swedes. Nah, not those. I'm talking about Swedish restaurants, shops,
They
do a lot of
museums,
Swedes.
churches, a colossal IKEA, entire
Actually, yeah,
Swedish
Minnesota is Swedish
communities.
number one.
I'm
Like,
talking towns called Lindstrom. They got
Yeah.
plaques commemorating the OGs. Their football team is
America,
called the Vikings.
why
Oh my
America?
God, man. Plus,
Why?
this state has a load of
Lindstrom.
Somalis too. So I know they're gonna have my
Somalis,
samosas
you
on
Hey,
point.
shout
Man,
out
this
to
state is
Somalis.
gotta be an A. It's gotta be an A. Right, Iowa.
Hey,
man, I do not know. I was looking up
Iowa.
good things about
Iowa. What's in Iowa?
Consistently, one of the main pros seems to be that the traffic is great. There's no congestion on the
There's
roads.
nothing in Iowa.
Yeah, maybe because
Yeah,
there's,
'cause
no
there's nothing
fucking
there.
people there. How can you have
Yeah.
a traffic jam if there's 2 people driving down the highway? They do not have a city
Iowa
with
is
more
so
than 208,000 people. Literally, all Iowa do is corn and
I
Slipknot.
see
That's
a
it. I'm
bias.
not
This is
definitively
really biased,
making this
bro.
cool.
Biased.
I'm open to Iowa
That
and
is,
changing
deep
my
place
mind
to be
in
in
comments,
Iowa.
but for now,
There's nothing in
I'm
Iowa.
sorry, man. Missouri, on the other hand, is like Iowa, but actually with some notable cities. Well, just about. They kind of just about scrapes having
if I
both
ever
these
moved to
cities.
to
Firstly,
the
St.
US,
Louis,
I'll move
the
to
burgers
Montana.
look fabulous. The pizza looks
Distant
god
Lights,
awful,
Fargo is
but
in North
seems
Dakota,
like a
not
happy
Minnesota.
city, I guess. And then we
Bumpkin,
have
I
the city
think
that these guys
Montana is
straight
ideal
up
state for me.
stole. It's called
Like, I just wanna
Kansas
go
City,
there
but it's in
and hide
Missouri
away from
by
Montana.
about 20 miles.
Don't
Bro,
go to
make it
Montana.
make sense. Why the
Why?
fuck did Missouri
Leave
get
Montana
Kansas
alone.
City?
It's
Surely
actually-
this is unfair,
because
man.
I'm
yeah.
Somalian.
This
Can't
state
we have
seems
one?
alright to
Yes.
me, but
Montana
apparently
is
people
nice.
hate it. They got
It's not
poverty.
Somalian.
It's
Bumpkin.
actually
crime,
expensive.
Also, people like to state how it's a red
I'll
state,
be
a
invisible
free
in
Republican
Montana.
land, but they have these massive, insane jaywalking laws. Like, you have to pay if you get caught crossing a fucking
Montana's,
road. Freedom,
dancing
my
beautiful.
ass, bruh. Y'all ain't got no rights. That being
Beautiful
said,
state.
it has to be Iowa, so we'll give it a low E. And Kansas seems to me like Missouri, but with less meth
You just
and more
skipped
good old
South and
corn.
North Dakota.
Yeah,
What is
corn
going on?
becoming a big theme
Because
with
he's
these
British,
states,
he's
isn't it? I
retarded.
don't know
There's
too
no
much
order
about
in this
Kansas, but I've
video.
been informed
It ain't
from
like
some
one.
inside sources.
You
yeah.
You went from
Lawrence is
Minnesota
apparently
to
the
okay,
spot.
bro.
I've heard it's a cheeky
Guys,
little
this is his
unexploited
accent, he's
gem,
British,
so
he's
I would like
retarded.
to visit one day
Let him
before
be.
it gets Austinified. That being said, though, we're really getting into some Great Plains territory. with
And he actually
Kansas,
sounds like
and
a
obviously
ghetto-
that comes
ghetto
with the
British. He's even
dreaded
from-
twisters. Kansas is one
He's
of the
one of those
worst
rough
states in terms of
black
tornadoes, and is
Oh.
currently under severe tornado risk as I speak.
Oh,
And
nice.
when you're telling me I
Yeah,
got a
sorry,
real
man.
I
fucking
can't- I
life,
can't
now
live
in
I
this
was
bad,
being
man.
No,
violently
thank you.
disintegrated into dust
No,
by the
thank
wind.
you.
Just
Well,
to live
that's
somewhere
tornado
Did you know
state
the
for you.
Midwest is one of the only
That
places?
was
where-
the Midwest.
The risk versus
Did you guys know the
reward
Midwest is
ain't
the only
adding
place
up.
like in the
Tell me I
world
gotta
that they
live
really
in
have
an
tornadoes?
endless
People come from all over the
astroturf
field.
field. I'm
You guys live in like
Have a
tornadoes.
mutant
and
ass-
the
pretty
whole
unique
shit.
over there.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, there's
Kansas
nowhere else in the world.
just because I want to think it's nicer
That's the
than
Midwest.
Missouri. And I do
Tornadoes.
think the world should get together
Welcome
and
to the
make
Midwest.
Missouri give
Yeah,
Kansas
okay.
City to Kansas. Nebraska. Oh man, this is where my boy Saul got
That's where you get the
banished
most
to, man.
porn
I
from.
can't represent
I know a lot of
Gene
porn from
Takovic,
Nebraska.
bro. Nebraska
The
seems
porn.
like one dull state.
The
It's
porn
either
capital.
corn or Omaha, and I can't
Yep.
say
Okay.
Omaha seems like
Yep.
the
See, he just
most
said it. He said
fun
said
thing.
corn.
This state is so boring. It actually houses some mammoths. Once again, people out here risking their lives just to live in Nebraska, which seems even more boring than Kansas. So yous are unfortunately going to be getting a high F. I'm sorry. I know. Now on to the Dakotas.
This guy's
Neither of
confused.
which
Hey.
are a mill. So I'm going to fly through them pretty
Oh,
quick,
fuck
because
off.
I highly doubt more than 10 people from either Dakota are ever
I'm the
gonna
one
watch.
Dakota
First
watching
off,
right now. Yeah.
You guys should just merge into one state. Let's
Which
be real.
Dakota?
I know there were some silly
North Dakota.
arguments back in the day.
Oh,
but come on, man,
Bumpkin.
this would make
The
way
better
more sense.
Dakota.
North Dakota, they're
What, you're gonna get
literally just
F-tier?
Canadians. They got
Bumpkin.
Canadian
F-tier.
accents.
I'm gonna kill this guy. All right, no, he's gonna die.
Minus 50.
He's gonna die. That's it.
So on
About to
average,
get
And he mentioned today. You know,
That's it. That's it. He's gonna die. You call me fucking Canadian? I swear to God. I swear to God, dude.
It's look at the.
I bring bad tidings.
What's up?
It's 3-2 Canada in the hockey game.
Oh damn! What quarter?
It's over.
Oh, it's over.
No, they won.
I mean, we still beat their ass, so it doesn't matter.
no, but they still won though. Regardless, if they win, they win.
It would have been a great day on CTs tomorrow with another stream talking shit on Canada. You know.
I mean, CT.
Yeah, but my real question is who won the boxing match?
What state is this one right now?
North Dakota.
We might as well finish it. It's almost time.
Let's see.
I want to
let's
see if they do Utah and California.
Bumpkin's gonna die. Let's see. Bumpkin, we're gonna end up.
There's multiple
TV
versions of
signal
this, so
allowing
don't worry about it.
brain-rotting talk shows to be just
Yeah, that's
as
Bumpkin right there. Look at Bumpkin.
in North Dakota as they are.
Just Bumpkin. Bumpkin got us in.
Oh, Bumpkin! Look at you, Bumpkin! Oh no, Bumpkin!
Move to one of the Dakotas for the rest of your life with no chance of escape. Choose one now or perish. I would definitely go with North Dakota for the reason that I was able to talk about North Dakota for about 20-30 seconds, right? I think with South Dakota, I got max 10 seconds. The one and only notable thing about this 77,000 square mile state is that they got Mount Rushmore. That's it. All my notes on South Dakota are done. They are getting a medium to low E. Sorry. Right, well, that's
I remember Trump wants to put his face on it.
Oh, you got E tier.
And the Midwest
Damn.
have all been tier
Wow.
listed.
There you go, the E tier.
Right, this isn't final. If you've got any hot takes about any of these ratings,
Poor
then-
Bumpkin.
Poor Bumpkin.
Oh, I see it. They just do that.
Oh.
Okay. I got
Is
it.
that Bumpkin on the picture there?
On the left, yes.
Yeah, kill
On
yourself.
the left, not the right.
Kill yourself, neck yourself, jump off a bridge. Use the next American.
Poor Bumpkin.
Oh, Bumpkin. Oh.
We love you,
Looking for
Bumpkin.
EAE. Do you think EAE? Dude, I wonder. Would you consider EAE like an honorary white because he's such like a nerd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very
Well,
white.
you know,
I
Imperius,
don't
I
think
think
so. He knows too many black words.
EAE says I'm not white. He doesn't.
No, he's white.
he
No,
is
he says
honorary-
I'm not white.
Imperius, he's
I mean,
white
to be
because
fair-
Well, yeah,
no
but he's so
black
white.
To be
No
fair,
black
Blue Jay,
man
you know a
claims to be
surprisingly a large amount of rappers for a white woman, so I'm sorry.
no black man claims to be Spock. Spock is the ultimate white man.
No, that's
character.
true. I do. I know all of them. I love it, and even the new ones too. I love
Yeah, you
them
know
both.
too many rappers.
Live long and prosper. EAE.
Live long and prosper. That's.
I think he would be
that's
white
Spock.
on like the racial draft. You know what I mean?
That's Star Trek. That's Spock.
Yeah, James, have you seen EAE's avatar? Look, it's Spock. Live long and prosper.
Yeah, live long and prosper. Spock.
Everyone
yeah, I
thinks
know.
he's white on
Avatar,
Discord.
yeah.
Did you see that?
I know that's Spock. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because people assume that you're Avatar. That's true.
Yeah, that's Spock from like the old.
From Star Trek.
Yes,
I was going to say I would also
Oh,
think he's
I
white, but he
knew
talks
it
too
was
much.
Spock.
But what he says about black women, nope.
Yeah. He definitely says some things that only black
Oh
men
shit!
say.
Here we go. East Europeans. Here we go.
Yeah, the
Hungary.
European one. Yeah, there we go.
I love it.
Don't
I love
y'all know that these are slaves?
Oh yeah, true.
The Hungarians.
Where's
Somebody
Yakub?
kept calling me a
US
Slavic in the thing.
We're straight into the China, dude.
I mean that is what they know for you.
Where's Yakub? Yakub would love
Can
it.
you turn
Have
it
you
up a
seen
little
the
bit?
meme of
Someone
Elon
said something
Musk?
about TOS in chat.
Or it looks like Elon Musk, the Chinese dude.
I maybe shouldn't say the phrases I said when someone commented on my appearance.
I could say
It's
it.
okay.
Oh.
Go for it. I'll play for you, Pumpkin.
Huh?
No, he spammed out a bunch of
Oh.
accusations, not accusations.
Told someone to self-delete.
Oh, okay.
Trying to
Nah,
go
I-
straight.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
And
I
he
won't do that.
volunteered another American
I
too.
want all of you to be alive.
Well, sir, hey, did you see? Look at EAE. Well, sir, EAE, sir is my future brother-in-law. He threatened you because I'm only allowed to marry love. So I need you to understand that, sir.
Imperius, please don't start. I've seen the stream yesterday with you and Low. Please, Imperius, don't. Nope.
He's in love with
Yes.
you.
Wait, Sir is
You
related
look like
to
you want
her?
to self-delete
Is that the girl
yesterday,
from
bro.
John Galt channel?
Yeah, that's low. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
related to
sir's
Sir?
her brother-in-law.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And probably Low is probably watching.
Does she
She's-
know he hates white
Sir's
people?
married.
He's watching.
Yeah, she
he's
does.
watching.
And Lowe's
I'm just
mixed,
kidding.
so
That'll be
wouldn't
really
mix that with you.
Yeah, so her mom's
Yeah.
white.
Low, I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn low fully white.
She's
Yeah,
I remember the
he's
first day
married
she
to
ever
mixed,
came on
so.
CT show. I don't watch Stone really, but
I think she's
remember
too
from CT.
scared on it. Low's
So
like,
you're
Low's a
gonna
little
try to
autistic,
whitewash her?
so- Well, yeah, I will. Yeah.
I do watch John when
not a
it's
week.
just John though, and I saw his one about Sharon Bracey. I gotta watch the rest of it. That was crazy.
Blue Jay. Do you think Lolo is scared of like these goofy black bastards on the stream? She's like, oh,
No,
these
I
guys are
don't.
too.
I don't know that much about it because I only saw her back on CT.
No,
She was really
She's
shy.
She's
back
on the,
then.
no, she's on the spectrum of it.
Nah, Vanta, I'm
She's
gonna
on
tell
the
you
spectrum
no,
a little
because
bit, so she gets a little intimidated with like a lot of
Yeah,
people.
bro.
if you meet her dad is
She reminds me
crazy.
of my daughter. I think she's like my
That is
daughter's
crazy.
age.
Wait, am I hearing
Yeah.
it right?
No,
Okay.
I'm
Is she
saying that
is
her
she
dad
early
is-
20s?
Yeah, she's like a year younger than I. I think she's
Hey,
like
she's
20.
Zuma,
Her
she's
dad,
Zuma.
her dad is one of the blackest men I've ever met in my fucking life.
Oh
Really?
shit.
Do you think she's how old?
It's funny because the mom's genes like overtook his, and he's like a
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Imperius is right. I can't lie. If you
The
say
white man wins again.
no,
I've seen
it's
that
not-
though. It's interesting when it happens that way because it usually, if it overpowers, it's usually the other
if
way
you're
around.
saying her dad is like Vanta Black, then her mom is the whiteness took over. I can't lie. Like,
Yeah,
lie.
genetic wise, the white mom of the white in her completely took over, except for like maybe her skin. But if you actually meet her dad, he is the most Negro motherfucker I've ever met, and you're gonna have to deal with that motherfucker.
That's like the Cherokee.
Because dude, she's so naive, dude. Like you could convince Lo to like walk into a bikini down a back alley, and she'd be like,
No.
okay. Like
Imperius,
she's
I don't
super
think that.
naive.
No, you could not. No, you could not.
She's not that. No, I don't get that.
All right, y'all,
she's
let's
she's
watch.
nice and makes
Yeah,
me
let's
think
watch-
she
let's
would do
watch-
it.
let's get on with
but
it.
She's a sweet girl. She's just sweet. She's just naive, dude. She's very
First off,
sheltered.
Hungary. Seriously, Budapest has a very good public urinal system. The street, an extremely bunkable
The
but
street.
cheap metro,
That's true,
balls
that's
through,
true.
and also it feels really good to be a millionaire.
Yeah, you
However,
think-
they have some
yeah.
questionable politics, and also stupid mug handles, bro. How am I meant to securely hold this, man? Why?
I gotta give it a good solid B, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
I
solid
agree.
B.
I agree. Right, next we have Slovakia.
Oh.
Here we have some lovely fresh Slovakian milk.
Jesus.
Something else that's lovely and fresh is the air in Rosenberok. Also, they got weird glizz, man.
Weird
This
glizz,
shit-
man.
bro, the glizz had like the texture of some like scrambled eggs.
Yo, I
Almost.
love
The glizz and that bread.
The glizz was also
Communism.
What the hell is that?
For human society.
look at
expensive. They got Tesco in Slovakia, man.
Yeah,
And-
Tesco
right, it took
too,
me
bastard.
ages to find this out. They haven't increased the price of the meal deal.
No, I have to go all the way to that chicken chipotle sandwich again, yeah?
Where do you reckon Slovakia's going on the
tier list? It's kind of expensive. Everyone
Yeah.
frowns at you. There's got to be D
D,
tier.
yeah. Next up, we got Bosnia. Beautiful, picturesque, lush.
Beautiful
Shout out.
country.
Also, shout out.
I really
want
want to go to
That's what
Bosnia and
happens when,
Croatia.
You don't want to go to
Should've
Bosnia. Trust me, you don't want to go to Bosnia. Don't
I
go
want
to
to go to
Bosnia.
Croatia.
Bosnia is Muslim and they're misogynist as fuck.
I think this video
Isn't
can be
Bosnia like
discredited with-
Islamic or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be
But
real.
it's
I'm gonna
supposed to
be real.
Well, Croatia looks nice.
Bosnia doesn't exist. It is his rightful territory. Never mind.
Bosnia, you know what? Bosnia actually belongs to Serbia, but
Exactly.
Bosnia is Serbia. But you know,
I used to.
You have a great
Background-
one too, James.
Have a good one.
Oh, he
damn.
left. Oh,
Yeah.
salute
When
to him.
Whoa, hold on. EAE's saying that Bluebird showed her cakes. What is this?
God damn it, Imperius, are you that easily distracted?
Oh, he's talking about me? No, I didn't. It just I happened. Like I had this one video where I was like singing "Happy Birthday" to my son, and I just like posted on my Instagram. I wasn't even like thinking.
Instagram.
But I wasn't showing anything. I was like just literally like
That's
wearing normal
When a girl
clothes.
says I wasn't showing anything, you know it was
No,
all
I
there.
was with my two sons in the video. I was just
That's
wearing
like that
normal
old Patrick Stewart clip from from Outtakes where he's like, I saw everything.
And on G.
By the way, guys,
I did. I had on jeans, but I appreciate it, EA. Thank you.
Can I protect Blue Jay from Blue Jay? Don't go to Bosnia. I'm telling you right now. Even Yakub Ford will tell you, don't go to Bosnia.
Okay, what about Croatia? I want to go to the waterfalls.
Oh yeah, Croatia's amazing. It's beautiful.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, go there. Lovely.
All right, I'm gonna play the video some more.
All right, lads.
This video.
Oh, yes.
Listen,
Slovenia. best
Oh,
grapes
that's
I've
Melania.
ever tasted
Melania
in my
Trump.
life was in the fields of Maribor. Then
Melania
blue ras
Trump.
grapes, bro. Maribor is also home to an ancient, undiscovered Polynesian civilization, right? That me and Jim stumbled
Okay,
across.
pause,
Very tasty
Is that the Easter Island?
which also happens to be.
My good sir. How did Polynesian architecture end up in Slovenia?
Because don't you go off of Chile to get to Easter Island, or where do you go off?
Blue Jay. That's two different continents. You have.
Well, I know that's what I'm trying to put it together in my mind. I'm trying to think why.
Yeah,
how
well,
would
those
you
are
get?
not- it was a joke. It was a joke, people.
Okay.
Oh, it was a joke. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a joke. All right, I'm gonna play the video.
Okay, where do you reckon Slovenia is going on the tier list, Jimmy?
Oh, it's pretty great. It's pretty
Oh
wholesome.
yeah. Oh wait.
Not even an A, fam.
Okay.
Slovenia has the highest rate of femboys in Europe. Like
that's crazy.
The highest.
All right. Look, Venta, hold on. We got to.
We know where Darian's going.
Wait,
hell no.
Venta,
Okay, I'll speak on it.
Venta, you got to cam up. Venta.
I'll cam up. All right, hang on.
Why the hell do you know that statistic, my brother in Christ?
They got the highest rate per capita.
Why do you know that statistic? Why do you know that statistic, Venta? That ain't common knowledge, brother. Why do you?
Yeah, ain't nobody
know that? Why do you know that?
Because I found on Twitter. What can I do?
I ain't ever seen a Somali term.
Vanta. Why do you know that?
I heard that, you bastard. Don't shoot me.
Don't make me get out the flaming tire.
Listen. I had the misfortune. I came across it on my feed. Someone said Slovenia had the highest race of cowboys. I'm like, you know what? What the fuck?
Cowboys.
Here I am.
Cat boys, I think you said.
Cowboys? I did not want to hear that phrase today.
Sissies.
Yeah.
We call them faggots on this.
Yeah.
I mean, can I see the word?
Yeah, no, you can say what you want to on this stream.
There you go. Slovenia has the highest rate of faggots in Europe. There you go. I said it.
All right, so for everybody watching, everybody on panel, you can say and type what you want in the chat.
God damn it.
I don't care. I don't care about monetization or anything about that. We'll just make another channel if it gets that bad.
Right. And that's why I was so open with my TOS language.
Distant lights. I thought he meant furries too. That's funny.
Furries, femboys, boys, they're all
I don't
faggots to me in my eye. They're all faggots. So, the same. And by the way, Bumpkin, don't shoot me, please. I heard that.
Those furries are another level of
I heard
weird.
that
Though. They like do it in those little outfits, pretending to be.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never seen a black guy turn red, Venta. You got blood right there.
To be fair, Vanta is a Somalian. They're really light. They're really light.
Then why aren't the ones that are coming over here not light?
What the hell's wrong with the
Because they're
Rock?
not that many of the light skins, okay? They're
Wait, guys, please. Because Bumpkin, you are accepting the lowest level of Somalian. You guys are getting the lowest of the low. Whereas in Britain, they're getting the highest of the high, which is me and my people.
Yeah, it kind of works like India. The caste system, the lighter, the better.
You guys are getting the trash. Ilhan Omar and then them ugly ass, dark skin, disgusting Bantu looking bastard.
The big forehead Somalians. That's what you're.
Yeah. Listen, my forehead's not that big. Look, put the camera back on me again.
All right, I got you. Man, I got to be careful. The FBAs might be coming for that
I
gold.
don't care. No, look at my forehead.
He got a normal. You got a normal head.
I have a standard forehead to a bald head, right? Right. It doesn't go full oblong.
Are you sure you're not mixed? To be honest, like no joke. Are you sure you ain't mixed?
No, I'm 100%.
To be fair, some Somalians are mixed.
That's why I got triggered. That's why I got triggered when he called me a mestizo Mexican. I'm 100% Somali. Yes, I'm light skinned, but you know what? Somalis come in light and dark, literally. Yeah.
Are you already bald?
Yeah. I'm by the way, I'm turning 37 in April. So.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not that old. That's not that young. Okay,
yeah.
I mean, The Rock. You look like The Rock a little. If you lost weight and shaved the thing, look at him.
Okay, but not that zesty. Look at it. He looks mad zesty. Look at him.
Yeah, I think if he.
Oh no, he side-eyed you like how you know that statistic. If I look zesty.
He probably knows it too. That's why he's side-eyeing.
Yeah, he's like one of us.
Listen, I saw his Chinese version. Because he's a part of the CCP. Advert. Yeah, I saw his gay ass version.
Well, The Rock had an 8 head. That's why he shaved it. So.
Mm-hmm. But and by the way, I love being bald. To be fair with you, like I used to have long hair, like really soft long hair, and when that went away, I actually was like, you know what? It feels good. You just shave your head. You just get out of the house. You do your thing. It's cool.
Dude, I think guys in general, most guys lose a lot. Like I'm 38. I've lost a lot compared to. I used to have like so much hair. It's like just thinner now. You know what I mean?
No, but Imperius, when you truly accept it, yeah, it's actually kind of freeing because. Oh shit! I don't have it with me. I have a social.
Women don't care. Everyone thinks women care about it. Women don't really care about it. I mean, some women love the long hair on guys, but those are usually girls on the pill or something because they like feminized guys. Like,
yeah. When I was in college, I used to have
as a long hair hippie myself. Oh no, I have long flowing hair.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if the first thing a girl says about a guy is he has gorgeous hair. Like, I've heard that before. It's weird. Like, it's like, what are you looking at hair? You know what I mean? Like, girls have hair. Guys don't,
Yeah, but see, I also have a thick ass beard, so.
Right.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, those girls, like as a girl come up to you, just like run your hand through your hair and go, you have gorgeous hair. Like,
and it usually leads to a very exciting night.
Yeah,
I don't care about hair.
It just seems like odd for a girl to compliment that about a guy. You know what I mean? Like I get it with like muscles on your arms.
Look, Imperius. You got to understand. At that point, we're just both lesbians. Lick a lot of puss.
Okay.
God damn it.
Well, and like I said,
it only matters if they're trying to hold on to certain patches. Then it's hideous. But if they don't have any hair, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, my theory is this: like all women are bi. So I mean, it's kind of natural when they do.
No, that's not true.
No, it's true.
I am not attracted to women.
No, but you're not attracted, but you have had instances of like sexual interaction with women. That's the thing. Like, you have kissed them, you have grabbed their boobs or their butt, even when girls are hanging out and they're like college, like you guys sit around in your bra and panties, like grabbing each other, playing around.
Look, Blue Jay.
Uh-huh.
Even if you didn't, in our mind, you did.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I talked about this on Freezy's show the other day. Actually, he was asking, and I was talking about when you get really drunk in high school and you've never been drunk before, and you're like kissing the guys and the girls every day. That's all I've done.
This comment from Jeffrey Epstein has so many dark connotations.
I know, right?
Oh my god. The name and the avatar.
Does that mean he likes the thing from Wicked or the thing that CT had on his PS?
Oh god.
What did he say?
No, Imperius. No.
That needs to be dead.
Jeffrey Epstein said, "I like my chick shaved."
Oh,
hey, you gotta get them rich.
Well, I like it. Honestly, I like it.
No.
The waxing you gotta wait for it to grow out.
I prefer a few days after the shave.
Yeah, well, a little stubble's okay. Yeah, but it can't go down.
Stubble.
But only on the top, like only on the flat part. I can't stand if there's any hair on like the actual, inside the thighs or. Anything like, like on the crease there.
All right, calm down, Imperius. Calm down. I don't want
to have any hair there. It can have hair on the top. It can have hair on the flat top by the stomach a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're going a little.
Yeah, bring it back.
Finish this video. And then
Sorry.
Okay. Central Square was just filled with like 9-year-old youths. Yeah, who looked like they were from Hockley, man.
Okay, so next we have Poland. TV,
hey,
the best ever. Best ever, yo.
Polish
Zapka reference. Where do you reckon Poland's going? It's gotta be S. It's gotta be S.
Yeah.
All right. And last, you know what's coming? TBE again, bro.
Oh, the Greek.
Greece's TBE. What's the rest of my guys' videos?
And Greece is obviously.
But like, are they that high up? Like, cause I've heard a lot of bad things about Greece.
Imperius. They're the goat. They're like one of the goats in Europe. I love the Greeks.
Really? But women aren't that hot though. Their women are not that hot.
One of my best friends is from. His parents came. But you know how much older the guys are? Like his dad's been dead for quite a while, and so he lives with his mom to like take care of her. He's like mid-40s, but his dad was like 20. His mom.
Imperius, I live like down my road. I live around Greeks. Listen, I smashed a young, when I was in college. The Greeks are beautiful, man.
No, they look like kind of like.
Here we go.
From what, like the
I
Big
got a
Fat
video
Greek
for you.
wedding movie, they all look like those, like kind of like.
Oh, you using media? Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't use media.
Well, I've just never met a Greek girl. that's
Very
super
good
hot.
looking.
The Greeks are beautiful people.
We might not have the past, but we got the food, the culture, the privilege. We even got a whole region of the world named after us. Well, the other day, a map that's been going around the internet for a few months or so was brought to my attention. And frankly, I think in some places it's completely wrong. When it comes to some regions, this shit is more inaccurate and misinformed than a 4chan user talking about women. Okay, this shit is completely wrong. To start off, I'm gonna add a couple extra categories, right? Firstly, beige. This is for countries that need a little bit of differentiation from whatever this shit is, you know? They got a bit of flavor, they got a bit of spice. And then also mega 9,000 white boy level. These are people who are like so white they don't even count as white. They're their own thing. Looking at them is like staring into a floodlight, okay? It's gonna hurt your eyes for hours and you'll be seeing them when you blink for days to come. Right, I'm gonna start off in the UK. Wales, you guys would be in the ultra 9,000 white boy category. I mean, you guys eat this shit and have more sheep than humans. However, I'll give it them. They were viciously colonized, culturally cleansed, and enslaved into lives of coal shoveling misery. So, I think
rightfully so. Sorry.
Too oppressed to be white, despite half the population being whiter than white itself. Scotland, I know you guys had it like terrible back then as well, but haggis, lake monsters, these hats, this music. Look, I'm just gonna give you ultra 9,000 white boy status, but you guys are at least going green. I can't lie. England, yeah, okay, I know it goes without saying. Extremely fucking white, too white for its own good sometimes. Some might say, but I gotta play devil's advocate for a second because you know, in the past, this country did some white boy things that now mean
bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
The best spiciest boy, bro. Where in Europe can you get the most flavorful?
God bless the king.
South London. That is the best rap, jazz. Matter of fact, any music in Europe comes from England. And for that reason, I gotta give it a beige. Northern Ireland. Yeah, I think you four guys are pretty white. Honestly, not much more to say about that one. And the original poster got Ireland right. I agree, obviously.
Where's Sheena? Where's
With the lads tonight. Up the raw.
Probably asleep. It's probably like what time is it?
So let's move on to mainland Europe. But before we get into that, are you fed up with dropping all your cards and money whenever you go rummaging?
Everyone
through your
has these
pockets
ads for
and
these
solar power
wallets.
down? Use my tunable traditions.
Wait a minute.
I was not expecting that.
You want to. So the Benelux area. Obviously, white persons central. I mean, so white, in fact, that every Christmas they like to bring out some questionable traditions. Somehow, though, Luxembourg.
Quickly, pause. I'll explain it. So in Holland, they have a tradition where it was trying to celebrate, you know, young workers who worked on chimneys, and their face will be black as a fuck. So they call it something Saint Peter, or whatever, and people think it's racist because, you know, you get the black face and the red lips, but it was never meant for black people. It meant for, you know, the hardworking young chimney workers who work in
but why are the
chimneys.
lips red though? Like,
Wait a minute. So you telling me white people don't have red lips when you black out their faces?
I mean, when they're that dark, no, they don't.
Can you?
Yeah, they do. If you were working, oh no, wait. If you were working, on as a chimney sweep, the only way you'd be working as a chimney sweep if it's cold. Have you ever seen white people when they're cold? They get rosacea. Their lips and their hands turn, and the tips of their fingers turn red as fuck.
I get that, but why would only the lips be pink?
Because lips turn like blue. I thought they turn like almost lighter.
When you get covered in soot from cleaning a chimney, it would bring out the color of your lips.
You're coming from an African American, but the Dutch had no level of we're gonna make fun of blacks. They didn't care, and this is pre-black, by the way. This is literally when young boys work. It was child labor. Even the UK had child labor, working chimneys, like Oliver Twist. And then it became a tradition. Saint Pierre or Saint Peter, whatever it's called in Holland. Listen,
okay.
It's not racial, honestly. It's not
Yeah,
racial.
no, like the Dutch, or it's not even just the Dutch, but the Benelux region, like you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Like, with the exception of the Congo, the Dutch really didn't do anything racist.
No,
and even then, you can have the argument that it was really King Leopold telling black governors that they needed to get their stuff done, or African governors saying that they had a
Right.
quota, and the African governors were like, "You're gonna work,
Mhm.
chop, chop."
And
you know what they say? The work boot is the ultimate, exorcism of the black. So,
and to be fair with you, bro, trust me, I've met a lot of white people that have red lips. I'm telling you right now.
no, they do. They do.
Yeah.
No, for
The
sure. Like,
blood,
dude, in the
the-
sun. What about like the? That's a lot of it was the red in the back of the neck in the sun, working in the sun in the fields. It was like a degrading thing because the whites
Well,
that had to
that's-
work in the fields and
That's
manual.
different than what he's talking. I know he's talking about when they get those red patchy cheeks too.
Well,
It's
yeah,
usually
when
really
the-
pale
when white
skinned
people are
people,
cold.
like
Like
white
if you ever
blonde.
go to like New York or something in the winter, white people are all red faced and shit like that, dude.
In periods,
Yeah.
my uncle has the best joke around whites. He said white people are the true colored people because he says when they blush, they turn red. When they're shy, they turn pink. When they get sick, they turn green. When they're choking, they turn purple. When you punch them, they turn. Listen.
Well, and it's true because when we turn,
I've never seen anyone turn
and then when
green,
we
though.
get suntan, we turn brown, dude. You know what I mean?
When they're out in the sun, they turn like they burn.
No, I can get like really tan. Seriously.
Dude, white
But-
girls get so tan they almost look black sometimes, dude. Like,
Well,
that's-
I found out if you have, because like the majority of my ancestry is from like Scandinavia, well, Denmark, and then a little tiny bit of Sweden. I don't think Norway, but anyway, the point is because the UV rays are so strong there that you actually, that's why Scandinavian people can get so tan. It's because they're
Blue Jay, have you ever seen a Vanta black skinned person blushing with their dark skin? You never see that. You never see
No.
a black, but you see
In fact, I was dating this black guy once, and he like got hurt, and he's like it was just like his leg, and I'm like, I'm like, is it bruised? And he goes, do I look like I'm bruised? I'm like, I don't know.
Like, most of us, if you do get like a bruise or a
I thought
black
he would
eye,
bruise.
Listen,
Yeah.
the reality is white people are
Maybe
the
he was
most
just fucking with me.
white people are the most colored people because their skin adapts to the environment, whether it's the sun, whether it's like physical attack, whether it's illness.
Yeah,
White people
the
change-
bruises show forever. They go through like stages of colors. It's gross.
If you can have jaundice, listen, you can never tell that African has jaundice because his skin won't turn yellow. How can you tell? But with the white, you're like, oh, your skin.
But you know what's interesting? You know how when a lot of time when pale people get scars, they stay kind of red or purple. But when black people get scars, they go kind of white.
Yep.
So I got some scars and they're white. So maybe that's because of that extra UV tanning thing. I don't know. But usually that's darker skinned people that only get that.
Well, and then white people turn black too if you have a really bad bruise. You black it up.
Yeah, it's called black. Yeah, it's called black and blue. Yeah, black and blue.
Well, that's temporary. I'm talking about scars.
And yeah.
But no, I'm just saying. But he was talking about how we change color all the time.
Oh
And-
yeah.
And that's a joke my uncle told me. He's like, yeah, white people are the most colored people on the planet because the way.
Well,
you
And remember,
Yeah.
as a blonde girl, like a blonde girl that's like super, super white, like it's not as
Well,
hot
my
as a
hair is
blonde girl
not.
with a
My
little
hair is
tan.
not blonde.
No, I know, but you
Yeah.
are blonde. You've been blonde the most of your life. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You bleach most
Yeah,
of it.
well, I used to have my hair like black, actually, with like purple. in it.
Yeah, but once you go blonde as a girl with that attention and stuff, you're not going back to that. Come on.
It's mostly because you can't. If you try to go back blonde, it'll just break.
Yeah.
So once you go
It
blonde,
kills
if you want
your
to
hair.
keep,
The
if
bleaching
you ever
kills
want
your
to,
hair.
yeah, like for how long my hair is, because I don't have an extension. It's not like that long, but I mean it's pretty long, especially in the back. But
Alright.
if I were to dye it dark and then bleach it, it would just literally break to like my
Carry on with the
shoulders.
issue. Yeah.
So it's just not worth it.
Time for Western
But
Europe.
but you know what?
Let's finish.
Okay, let's watch it. Yeah.
They like to bring out some questionable traditions. Somehow, though, Luxembourg got away with the didn't commit enough war
Rich
crimes.
country in
Oh, that's the
Europe.
They were out
richest
in the
country in the
fucking
world.
Congo
Yeah.
doing that shit too, okay? Oh, suddenly all the Luxembourgish
bullshit.
citizens
What the
have
fuck?
long-term memory problems,
What
huh?
the
Blame it all on the Belgians, huh? For those of you who
Uh-huh.
don't know, the Belgian Congo occupation is
Here we
statistically
go.
the worst act of in all of history since Genghis Khan, and
By the way,
Luxembourg's
guys,
generals
the
and
guy's black, by the
secret
way.
army officials were
Oh,
all
look at
out
him laying
there
in the
loving it,
hammock.
okay? Yeah, didn't commit enough war crimes. My ass. If anything, they should be considered worse than
What the
anyone
hell
else,
is that?
since Belgium was
What?
given that
That's
land to
Leopold's
control.
statue, I think.
Luxembourg wasn't given shit.
Uh-uh.
They by choice.
And again,
out there
Leopold-
begging for a slice
Can you pause
of the
it one
pie.
sec?
That pie's
Sorry,
filling.
Orthodox guy. But, so that thing just hangs in the city as like a memorial?
No,
Yeah.
no, it was no.
They
it
were
was,
taking it.
the
They were taking
statue-
it down.
Yeah, they're taking
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought it was like suspended like that and it blows around in the wind or
Have a good
something. I'm
one.
like, what the fuck?
Have a good one, Gagarin.
Yeah, I'm about to have to bounce.
Oh,
soon,
see,
so-
Well, after this video, I'm gonna probably end it.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm a little tired, dude.
Yeah.
Being 10 million innocent human casualties. I think I can safely color that one in green, France, yep, adds up. I've been a couple
10
times.
million?
None of those times did I eat anything even minorly spicy. I did, however, eat snails, moldy cheese, plain bread, official white boy territory we're talking. Germany, fairly accurate, although at least they got currywurst. And you also got to take
Ew,
into
their
account
food-
the massive Turkish
No.
population that single-handedly
Turkey is
votes
great. I love
Erdogan
Turkey.
in every single election,
Good, by the way.
despite not even slightly being affected by
How
their
do you
man
drive
crush
that?
literally collapsing Turkey through mismanagement
Tur-
and his
Turkey's
genius
great.
financial policy known as
Okay,
cash
no, I'm gonna
multipliers.
take it
Anyway,
out.
Austria, Switzerland. Hey, look,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
anywhere that charges you 30 quid for a fucking Burger King automatically goes into this category.
Switzerland's
And I know
super nice,
Austria
but
isn't
it's like
quite as
super
expensive
like
as Switzerland,
sterilized.
but my entire
Is that equivalent
perception
to
of
like
Austria
$1?
It's where all the trust fund kids from Solihull go skiing. Plus, they had Mozart,
Uh,
and they also had that talented painter guy.
A quid is like it's equivalent to
It's a dollar or something, right?
My stepdad, he does like international transport. He got invited.
Oh,
he got
it's
free-
it's Bumpkin's cat.
Nah,
he got a free trip to Turks and
Oh.
Caicos. Have you guys ever been there? Heard of it? Turks and
Wait,
Caicos.
sorry, where?
Oh, my stepdad got a free trip because he was a director for like a transport, like the shipping crates companies, and so he still gets like, he's retired, but they gave him a free trip. So my mom's like, tell my sister, you guys should come, her and her husband. So she decided to go, and it was like ridiculous expensive. Like a 12-pack of White Claws at the grocery store is $100. Like
Jesus.
she had no idea. It's one of the most expensive places on earth.
And that was Switzerland?
No, Turks and Caicos. It's
well, that's a
British. No,
yes,
it's a British isle.
It's
so
an
like,
isle,
it's
yeah.
all U.S. dollars. Everybody speaks English. Like, yeah.
But
that's-
dude, but Switzerland's super expensive to live there because to own a property there or like rent. There's so little land to be in Europe, and everything's
yeah.
financially
Well, they have all
It's
the
like-
money.
Yeah,
Bumpkin, did you enjoy that message I sent you?
I haven't seen
They have the bank.
Bumpkin, look at your cat though.
Oh,
dude. That's
you know what
pretty-
else?
I like the cat's
you.
hair. The hair mimics it. Yeah.
It's funny. But you know what,
Shut
Nigeria?
up.
They probably have to import.
Do y'all
everything.
want to know what I said?
That's how Turks and Caicos.
Yes, show us.
I screen snip that, and you know how Bumpkin's cat be going meow. I just typed in meow ! Infinity.
My
I
cat
couldn't believe
is.
Bumpkin had a girlfriend when I saw his cat. I was like, oh my gosh. Maybe it was the
Yeah.
cat Bumpkin.
She said, I can't believe.
What
That's
the fuck?
funny. So that's like the biggest diss Bumpkin has had tonight.
That's the biggest one. Fuck.
I know, like, he's just like under your fucking chop blocks him out of nowhere, dude.
No, because I'm like, dude, Bumpkin's a pimp. Like, I've been his girlfriend's fly.
Dude, yeah, dude,
Bumpkin has like
yeah.
a really, he has a charisma, right? And then all of a sudden I see a cat. What the fuck?
Okay.
That can't be his. That's got to be his girlfriend or something.
No, this is my cat, but
No,
it was
it's
my-
okay. I'm just playing. I actually had cats growing up. They're kind of cute.
Alright, I'm gonna finish the video.
I had a cat and a dog.
Italy,
I
I,
made her
can't
take
argue
the dog.
with that. When I was in Milan
Italian.
a month ago, I ate
Dogs
pizza
are
literally
work.
for every single meal. And look, man, there's just no
I'm
way
proud of
the guy who
pizza.
made that shit didn't have some massive, bushy, dark eyebrows. I could
Oh, yeah,
taste
they
the
do.
passion.
Oh,
I
my
could
God.
taste the flavor. I could taste the culture that could only be transmitted
Italian.
into
Oh
the
my
food by a
God, they
chef
do.
with some decent eyebrows. I like how they put Vatican City in green, valid, but then they put San Marino in red.
Serious,
Like, bro, tell me what food from San Marino you with so heavy that you're changing these people's deserved ethnicity? Bro, I look up San Marino
Ew,
food. What the
can-
fuck is this? They have
Can?
0% tax.
that.
That's literally the only reason anyone would ever go to
Oh,
San
0%
Marino.
pretty.
You already know what
Where's your place
category
at
San
around
Marino
here?
are going in, man.
Imperial.
Spain is accurate, I
Italy.
think, especially since a
By the
big
beach?
portion of its territories were Islamic and settled
Italy.
by
Oh,
Arabs
no,
from
oh,
the
no, not Muslim.
700s to the
Oh,
It was
1400s.
only
And
it was
yeah, I know
only
they did all
Muslim
that
for
shit
like
back then,
200
but you gotta
years.
factor in, these guys had the biggest fall off of all time. They had dictators, they had civil
fall off.
wars.
See
I
what
mean,
happens
bro,
with
they're
Islam?
basically
They
an
fall off.
honorary Balkan country at this point, you know? However, I am just gonna have to beige out this little bit here for obvious reasons.
Okay.
So these
Yeah,
guys
no,
can't
that's
have
not true.
Liechtenstein in their
Especially
map
fat
and not
like that.
Gibraltar. It's like the last grasp
Yeah,
of the British
Gibraltar.
Empire, a fortress
Oh,
of
yeah, that's only 8
whiteness.
miles
I swear
wide.
that fucking rock is more
No,
British
wait,
than Britain itself,
okay,
and
can
somehow
we
the
pause it real
food
quick?
is
I'm a
even
little
fucking
interested.
worse
That's
than in the mainland. So obviously it's getting that San
Okay,
Marino
Vento, yeah.
treatment.
I want to tell you
Andorra's
something
gonna
too.
get a hard
He's like,
treatment.
no, fuck
the
he doesn't
entire
want to.
country is
Right.
built around shopping. The capital is one gigantic mall. It's like the mailbox of Europe, full of white
guys send
people
him in the
getting
menu,
ripped off.
Orthodox,
Portugal, fair. I literally just can't.
You guys should.
Why,
I will
why
if
does
you-
everyone dog white people food? Like we have like the best like steak
Yeah.
and like why
They
no?
don't.
like,
Well,
I don't
but
eat
yeah,
spicy.
okay.
I'll defend you. I'll
Do
defend
you-
you. White people food is amazing.
Well,
Like
all
people
the like
think you need
Michelin chefs,
spicy
all the
food,
best
and you only need all these
pastry,
spices if the meat is bad.
culinary
Dude.
arts. No,
You
it's-
want to like
it's
have
fine.
good meat. Like you don't
You
need
don't have
like
to
I-
defend it because it's so obvious.
No, but what I'm saying is like, dude, for me, like if you cook steaks or if you know any meat, like you don't want all this shit on it if it's a good steak. You want to taste it. Like people have to put like in India or even I mean Mexicans a little different just because I do like their but like a lot
But
of these
like French
people think like oh white
pastries
food's
and-
boring.
no,
It's
no,
because dude,
top.
you have to spice your meat because it's rotten.
By the way, Imperius, you know
People
you know
go
that-
to France for cooking school from all over the world. It's the
Imperius,
top you can
You
get.
know that
Come on.
curry came from England, not India. It was England.
The Michelin chefs. there's
No,
a
I
couple
know, but in
Japanese and African.
India, it's way different. They make it though, dude.
No,
It's-
but thanks to English and
Indian
I
is
know
just a
the
bunch of
trash
spices.
English, yeah.
yeah.
It's a bunch of spices is okay, but the real techniques of fine chefs, they don't hardly put any kind of seasoning.
Also-
it's just the
also-
way they prepare it, the way they sear
you-
it, or
Do you guys consider pizza white? Because you know Italy is
It's a
considered
mix. I mean, it's kind of like
yeah, I mean it's European.
Every race and region of the planet has made some form of
a
pizza.
pizza, yeah, flatbread, with something on top.
Okay. Let me readjust. How about pasta carbonara, for example? That's Italian.
Yeah,
Italian.
I
That's
think- or
European, I
like
think.
if you talk about
Ravioli.
well, like eggplant parmesan and things like that. You know what
The
I mean?
wheat
Those-
pasta is
That's white.
Europe
It should be
because
white.
they made rice pasta and they also made like egg pastas in other
Right.
countries. You know, but the
Hamburger.
wheat pastas like that and the shaped.
Yeah.
That's why when I say macaroni and cheese is already here, I'm like, who? How did you make the macaroni?
China had
I
it
never
for a
seen
while.
nobody make macaroni in real life.
Also, can I say thanks to the Italians because they colonized Somalia, we actually adopted their cuisine, and I love lasagna, I love pasta forna, I love
like veal parmesan.
Yeah, I used to say I'm spiritually Italian.
We do have the best. I know people say France, but French food is so like snobby though. You can't just like. I prefer our food like
I know.
Italian food over French food.
No, it's the pastries though. You gotta admit, like
Yeah,
the way
dessert.
they
Like,
came up with the
French dessert.
croissants
It's about
and
the
they,
best thing to be.
they have the
Yeah, like
macaroons.
French desserts are the best, but Italian food, like if you're gonna sit down for a meal in Italy or in
Yeah.
Europe, you want like Italian food. Like, dude,
I
just,
kind of like Lebanese food the best.
Imperius. You know what's the
Mediterranean?
greatest dessert? What's the greatest dessert in Europe?
The
Tiramisu.
Italian is Mediterranean.
tiramisu is yeah.
Oh yeah, I can make. It's not that hard to make. You just have to make the.
It's
You have to do the cream part perfect, and you know it's actually kind of fun.
Blue Jay, do you
You have
add
to
wine?
brew like really strong coffee and soak the lady
Do you add
fingers in
wine
it.
or bread, or just do it naturally? Do you add
I
alcohol?
think I don't think it. Maybe some port. I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah. I
I
add
may
brand-
have. I left it out probably because of my kids because you don't cook it.
All right, I'm gonna play some more of the video, yo.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Invented
Let's go.
as a
I'm getting
civilization
hungry.
itself. And I know the monks who invented it had some bushy ass non-Caucasian eyebrows, man. They had to. You can taste it. Okay, on to the Nordic countries, starting with Sweden. And you know, I'm not gonna say bro didn't do his research. research before making the map, but like it might be off a little bit here. I'll happily take it. Like,
The Swedes always get all the PR, dude.
Why does he look ugly? I
Sweden
love
should at
him.
least get a pink because literally every other Nordic country just makes bad
Oh,
Swedish
wait,
food
wait,
and
wait,
calls it their own.
It's a knockoff.
So we're definitely
Real quick.
Yeah, I think you guys know what's
To the Swedish part.
The
There was one-
Norwegian, all the Scandinavian food looks gross.
I'll have one quick comment. Go back to Sweden. There was that one pastry. It was like that fluffy. It looked like a donut. It was fluffy.
San Marino.
Yeah, but if you ever got
Red
anything like
Sweden
that,
should
at
at
like,
least
Wait,
get a
wait,
pink,
wait, wait,
because
wait.
literally every
Pause,
not
pause. Wait. No, one more. The next one.
The puff
other
one,
Nordic
like a
country
cream
just
puff.
makes
One more. Yeah, pause.
It's a cream puff.
Shit right there. That shit
That's
right there.
actually French based. They
It's
do
called-
it with like a.
It's called semla. It's called semla.
They do it with flaky bread. Oh wait, in Sweden, it's called
Yeah.
semla.
Yeah, if you ever go to Sweden, go there in February because they only make it in February. By the way, this time of year.
Do you want us to go there just for this thing?
Listen, when I had that shit right there, I was like, you know what? No dessert can beat that.
He
That was
bought
also-
2 of them. One to eat, one to fuck.
That's like
Yes.
going to New Orleans for the beignets.
Listen.
Oh, wait, Imperius said that.
Just so aggressive, dude.
One to eat, one to fuck.
Imperius, it is way too late.
I'm so
to be
glad
that
I talked
aggressive.
over that apple pie moment. No, yeah.
Thank
DJ, you are a madman. You are funny.
I have 2 teenage boys, so I ignore a lot of things very easily.
But yeah, I'm sorry, Orthodox, but yeah, that shit right there is worth it. If you go to Sweden, that's the thing you want to have right there. That. It's called
I just
semla.
see that IKEA, they have that
Every day.
cafe and all that food. I tried a couple. It's not. I don't like it.
It's the way they make it. It's so.
It's just they make the cookies crunchy and dry, and then they have like it just kind of.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
but
fine, but I'm not saying it's not right first.
It's clean, it's soft, it's creamy. It is like heaven down
Well,
your throat.
but have you ever had a cream puff like that's made out of a flaky bottom, like a almost like a mix between a croissant? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the croissant. I had a Danish. Oh, I had a lot of pastries, but
Well,
the
no,
one that
the cream puffs I think are French.
yeah, cream puff. Yeah.
It's like an eclair, basically.
Eclair.
This
By the way,
video,
eclair-
'cause I'm getting CT tired.
Eclair is trash. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I told
sorry.
him to send you some
Oh,
money. I
damn
don't
it.
have a cash app. Or I do, but it's not linked to my bank account.
bad Swedish.
Nah, don't worry about
Do you
it.
have a? If you have a Venmo, I can Venmo you some money.
No, I'll.
Oh wait, it's not my name on it, but I'll figure it out. Do you have PayPal?
Nah, I only got
Ye-
cash up.
Okay. I'll ask my son if he has money to give him cash. If not, then I'll get you next time.
I've been banned from
Alright.
cash back for some reason.
British food and calls it their own. So we're definitely. Yeah, I think you guys know what's coming for Iceland, don't you? I mean, you have to be the whitest shade of white possible. You have
Why
to
is he focused on white? Who gives
as
a
a
fuck about the skin
civilization
colour?
to eat
Bastard.
this fucking shit, to willingly live amongst active volcanoes, to consider 15 degrees a hot day. I actually think Iceland is the whitest country in the world, straight up, shortly followed by Norway. These guys need a color change for sure. They invented black metal, which contrary to the name is about the
Big
whitest
by the way.
music you could ever possibly imagine. Also, every single man over the age of 30 in Norway looks like this. The aura fall off has to be studied. This really
I feel like that guy's
hyper-electric
flying your
power
plane,
man
dude.
money does to a man. And look, they got spooky churches, they got gas and oil, they got shit tons of money, and they keep it all to themselves.
Yeah, they're rich. Yeah,
I like how they
they're rich.
classed Hungary
Okay,
as
it's on
too
my
Asian
face,
to
so
be
just
white.
wait a minute.
They ignored the fact that Finns are like Hungarians with just slightly less spicy
Monk
food.
was married to a Finnish
Those are
woman.
Finnish people?
Yeah,
That
They
is
look
not Finnish
Asian?
people.
Using
That
some
was-
Yeah, no.
Not Finnish people.
from the
No, they're like
Based
right
in
next to the
intelligence.
Netherlands.
In fact,
Also, I
Finnish
think
person.
Finland has a hand in popularizing
Something
trap
to all the
music.
Samu
If
people.
Future didn't have a Nokia brick,
They
would he
live
have
in-
been able to sell or
Future.
buy paraphernalia like
Meryl
that?
Streep
No,
looks
and if he
dead.
didn't sell
Hold
or
on,
buy
pause the
paraphernalia
fucking
like he
video.
did,
Hold on,
DS2
hold on.
Go
Did
back
you
to
just
the
say
idea.
that was the Sami people? Did you just say that, Vanta?
Yes,
Who?
they're
You're
all-
fucking high. You're
Listen.
high.
They're called the Samu or Sammy, whatever the fuck.
They're called the Sami and they were white. Shut
They have Asiatic features. Are you telling me?
No, they don't, bro. No, they
That's a
don't.
horrible name.
The Sami do have Asiatic features.
No, they do.
Fuck
because
up.
they're
Play the
not-
video. I'm done with this shit. Shut the fuck up. Play the video. I'm done with this shit. So I can
Dude,
go
it's
to
like,
bed.
hey, no, I'll give you an example. It's like that
Exactly.
Kazakhstani
And because
fighter in the
food
UFC. Have you seen that dude? He's like going to be the middleweight champion here in a minute, but like, he's partially like, he's
I'm not an expert,
Kazakhstani or
honestly.
something, but he
One
has
thing I
Asian.
know is in Slovakia, they drink fucking rotten milk by choice instead of normal milk. You should have seen the look of horror on my face when it blobbed out into my fucking tea. And I know Czechians get really angry and throw a hissy fit if you call them Eastern European, as opposed to beautiful civilized German boys. Plus, it's full of Airbnbs and bold British men looking for cheap.
the Czech Republic.
So respectfully, I'm giving them both
the way,
a
Blue
page.
Jay, go
All
to
of this
Prague.
bit is fair-ish. I'm not going to change it much for now. Only thing, Hungary's food needs to be acknowledged because that shit actually goes crazy.
Yo, the first time I tried goulash, I was hungry too. That's the thing. Like my body went into shock, bro. I ate all that shit. It is the best food in Europe.
The OP acknowledging Bulgarian cuisine and not
Hey,
Hungary's cuisine.
Sorry, Van.
is
Someone you say to me
psychotic
because I was
behavior.
talking. I was texting.
Oh, sorry, but Blue Jay, I said go to Prague in Czech Republic. It's a beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Prague's one of the best
That
cities.
sounds nice.
Wait, so the Czech Republic created goulash?
Ew, that hate. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know, but they know for like they have the best beer in Europe. Period.
Wait, Blue Jay, did you say you hate goulash?
Yeah, anything mixed up like that. Potato salad.
Oh, you might be autistic.
Macaroni salad, nothing like that. Yeah.
No offense, but you might be autistic.
No, people in my family eat it. I'm very
Legit,
picky
the
eater.
only
Like
thing
even
I
since
saw in
I was a little
Bulgaria,
kid.
it wasn't just renamed
Oh,
Greek
autistic
food. It was
women are amazing. I
cabbage
love them.
stuffed in peppers. Bro,
I
yeah, we
know.
can remove those red lines, bro. Sorry. Also, the original poster's got some weird take about Croatia. Every Balkan country is labeled as too oppressed, apart from Croatia. You think they should be oppressed more, bro?
Croatia's
What does this
not-
mean? I don't get it. But yeah, aside from that, Balkans is pretty standard. Obviously, the food is fucking goated. Obviously, they are oppressed, but you got to remember they are the ones oppressing each other, you know. But whatever. Obviously, Greece is valid, making me lose my train of thought just thinking about it. Although I'd put some yellow stripes in there, considering the current state of the country. You know, Turkey cuisine. Fucking amazing. Also, I know this video is probably going to get mass reported and sent to Erdogan, but I don't think it should be controversial to say Turkey is an Asian country. Then we're on to the Caucasus. Well, Georgia is the only one really in question here. And you know, I had to get the expert Gatsu to break it down on
That's
this one. I mean, I
horrible.
know we'll have an interesting take on it because, on God, I've heard this guy swear Georgians are white and also swear Georgians aren't white in the same
Yes,
sentence.
confusing.
I didn't think
Georgia, you have
Georgians
to
were
stop.
white.
Your food too good. Your
Georgians are
language
either
too
Middle
swag.
Eastern
Your
or
food is
European.
too loud.
It's
They'll
confusing.
call you Asian. Georgians
I
are
didn't know
not
there was
white
two.
because our food is too good.
Yeah,
One
it's
time I
confusing.
tried fish and chips in Malta.
They're not white because their food is too good.
Then you compare to this food given to us straight by gods, 100%
I like-
satisfaction,
I like the
this
accent,
good
okay.
weather, and you realize you cannot be
like
related
the
to
accent?
Germans at all. Also,
Yeah,
our language is
I
not
like
related
kinda
to
that,
any other language at all. For
Russian,
example, it's
like,
not related to Latin, but as a
Europe,
counter
whatever,
argument,
that
I think not
Europe,
being
I'll show you
related to
around. I'll show you
Italians
Europe.
makes
I'll
us
show you
Only on
even
men,
more
though,
white.
mostly.
Honestly, Georgians just look like
I'll
any
find
other
you a
South
nice,
Europeans
handsome,
or
Vlad.
French people,
Give
like
me,
Francois
Putin.
as
I'll
well,
take him.
but Orthodox
You want some
Christian
Putin?
instead of
Okay.
Catholic.
Yeah.
So instead of we counter argument to
Baptism,
that is, it
Orthodox,
only
look at the
applies
guy,
when
hold
the
on.
beard is shaved. If I haven't shaved in like 2 weeks, I might as well be a Mujahideen fighter instead of just
Mujahideen
Also,
fighter.
there are some countries that are just unbelievably white.
Yeah, am I the only
like
one that
fucking
knows that
Iceland.
Jennifer
Georgia's 100%
Aniston?
white,
Relatively,
dude. Idiot, dude.
nobody is white.
Did you guys
bro.
know
If I
Jennifer
went to
Aniston and
Iceland,
Justin
I
Trudeau
might
were
as well
married?
be from
Or am I the only
Sudan
one that knows
to them,
that?
bro.
I
But
thought it was
Nobody
Georgia
said it
grants
on
you a lot of
CT's
things.
whole
It
show.
grants you good
thought
food
it was
and the
Obama,
ability to
TK.
switch races.
Yeah,
I want to
she's
be
kinda
white.
supposedly
I shave
dating
my
him now, but
beard.
she was
I want
literally
to
married
be
to
an
Justin
anti
Trudeau. after Brad Pitt.
freedom fighter in the Middle East.
No,
You got
Jennifer
that
Aniston,
too,
after
brother.
Brad Pitt,
Just grow
she
your
married
beard.
Justin
A lot
Trudeau.
of people also have the question whether Georgia is in Europe or Asia,
really?
and the answer is
Yeah,
no.
and nobody
It's a
even hit on the show. And I didn't
transcontinental
really think about
country.
it. So
So
Wow,
it is
I didn't
both
know
in
that.
Eastern Europe
Yeah,
and
well, that's why I was
West
like, was
Asia.
I
If you go on
dreaming this? I'm
Wikipedia, Google, or
99%
anywhere, you
sure
will
I should
also
look it up.
see
But
this. But
yeah, it wasn't very long marriage,
religion-wise,
like
and
5 years.
everything-wise,
I mean,
Georgia
wow.
is more European, and people identify as Europeans too. I have not heard a single Georgian identify as Asian
you
or
Americans
something
need to come
because
to
the
Europe.
closest
Europe
people
is
to us
Europe is
religiously
a
and
fucking
culturally
crazy
are
thing.
Europeans. It's sort of like the
Crazy.
Estonia situation, you know,
Every
where they
country is a
identify
whole
each other
different
more
ballgame.
with Nordics and not the Baltics because they're
Estonia,
not like the
Latvia,
Baltics
Lithuania.
at all. But the difference is Georgia does actually have territory in Europe, unlike Estonia, which doesn't have any territory in the Nordics. We are on the
Oh yeah, Orthodox. Yeah.
Yo, let the Georgian cook, bro.
Listen, Bumpkin and Imperial. There's a reason why I voted for Brexit, because the European Union is confused.com, and I don't want my beloved British
Dude,
country.
they're all. It's because the fucking French are in charge of everything. The French and the Germans.
And the Germans are even
The Germans and the French, they're all fucked, dude. Like I'm telling you, dude. Those two have always been effed up. They've always been effed since.
I had to vote Brexit in 2016. I had to vote. I'm like, yeah, we need to leave, bounce, and thank God we left.
No, Germany's fine, man. Germany's fine. Don't worry.
Germany's finished, bro.
Oh yeah, they're
done.
fine. Just let everyone in.
I don't see it. Do you guys want to just tell me what it is?
Oh wait, no, it's a private chat. It should be in private chat. You see that?
We'll put it in the main chat so other people can donate too.
Oh yeah.
There it is. Don't ask why. Don't ask why it's that specifically.
Oh, I know better than you. I don't know any of your names mean. I was like, okay.
Talebe Abdul.
You had a different name before that Bumpy would call you.
You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not sending you money. That is some Islamic name right there. What the
What
fuck?
was it?
It is Talib Abdul
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Okay.
I made my Cash App in a different time in my life. Okay.
Well, you were
what was your other YouTube name that Bumpkin used to always call you? You had it for a while and you go back and forth.
Muslim guy, Orthodox guy, Pax Americana. I go by many names.
What was the first one you said? No, it wasn't either of those.
I go by many
Muslim guy.
names. He sounds like Satan in The Devil's Advocate. I have
Bumpkin, what do you call him? More often.
Oh, I call him. I usually call him Pax.
Well, Bumpkin actually calls me by
No,
my
you used to call him something else. It was like he'd even have it as his name on the screen.
Minecraft.
Jewish, no, it's not the Orthodox. It was something else.
Muslim guy.
Fuck me. Muslim guy. Yes, that's what it was.
Jesus, Muslim. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Fun fact: I did the Anglo thing, and I actually took Pax Americana from the German, which is really funny to do.
But by the way, Bumpkin, how do you feel?
What does that even mean?
So
America.
Orthodox
Yeah.
guy used to be called Pax Americana. That's
A
what
quite famous white nationalist.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I gotta type this name in because I'm on a different device. Okay, hold on.
But Bumpkin,
It
how
started
do you,
as Pax Romana, then Pax Britannia, and then Pax Americana. That's a bit.
but Bumpkin, how do you feel when we were talking to stream and he said what does Pax Americana mean? And I said it means peace America.
That doesn't make sense, though. You're missing
Through
something.
America.
You gotta put
It
an
means-
X at the end.
What it really means is peace through America. It originally
Wait. When I originally chose the name Pax Americana, I was like the end of America, the end of American imperialism, and what comes afterwards.
Okay, that's fair.
But it really means the opposite because Pax. What it means really is peace through
I,
time.
I know, but it was an ironic name.
I know. That's what I was
'Cause
saying.
I was a white nationalist at the time.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's because East Britannia through the British Empire for 200 years, and it's now,
But the fact that a low IQ Somali knew what that meant compared to this supreme bastard, again, who thought he's Alpha Mexican, he's like, oh, Bumpkin, what is Pax Americana? I'm like, God damn, really? You should know this. You should know this because you should know ancient Roman history through Augustus Caesar.
I don't know either. Oh, okay. All right.
It started when Augustus said Pax Romana through peace through Rome because it means like we rule the planet now through peace. We impose peace.
Very Latin sounding.
Well, it means peace through. It's like imposed peace on Earth through.
I'm gonna play out the rest of the video.
Yeah,
It's only
sorry,
like
my bad.
Jordan or something. It's just insane to me and doesn't make any sense. Also, while recording this vid, I don't know what Leo has said, but I hope he mentioned that Icelanders are like the whitest people to ever fucking step foot on Earth.
I did.
All
That's
right,
pretty funny.
ladies and gentlemen, this was a fun stream.
Yeah, good stream. I
enjoyed
gotta
it.
hop off too. Yeah.
So this is the second stream on the channel.
Really? That was the second, yeah?
Yeah, I'll sub. So I mean, just have a regular time or show so we know.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna stream every night around starting either 8 o'clock or whenever CT or someone that I'm on panel with goes off.
Like 8 Eastern,
after
right?
party. Yeah,
Okay.
the best time zone.
All right, gotcha. All right, guys, good job, panel. Hey, thank you, chat. Thank you, panel. Have a good discussion. Thanks again.
Good one, Imperius. Take care.
Take care, Imperius. Subscribe to me at Bumpkin12. It's called Pax Americana.
Nope.
No,
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm gonna stream eventually. We'll see. I want to do a lot more like IRL stuff. I might do when it warms up here. I might do like a fishing stream, like an IRL fishing stream, which I think would be kind of cool.
You know you can't fish. Don't lie.
You know I can fish, buddy.
Why don't you do an ice fishing stream?
Yeah, because that sounds fucking miserable.
That sounds great. See, so you don't have the Aryan spirit. You can't handle.
I
the
do
cold.
have the Aryan spirit. but
I'm
it
sitting
takes-
here in my boxers, shirt.
Did the dude from Georgia just question why I don't want to go out in the negative 30-degree weather? Fuck off.
Georgia.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, my phone died again. And right when I was like sending the payment because it said, this might be a scam, so I was going to ask you to confirm it. Is it Chuck Smith? And then my phone died. But hold on. Okay, it is.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, I gotta go. And then of course it erased it when I went back out.
Anyways,
but let me go back in.
But by
Hold
the
on,
way,
don't hang up yet.
by the way, Bumpkin, we
Wait,
need,
don't
we
leave,
need that on the Holy Alliance again in the future, if needed.
The unholy alliance.
Yeah, because some of these FBAs.
Hold on, I gotta mute real quick. I gotta pull up another screen.
Fucking FBAs, man, I tell you.
Yeah, no, I'll scream at them any day of the fucking week.
I was hoping they would come over here for that.
I know, I was hoping so too.
They're pussy, bro. I'm telling you, they're pussy.
Yeah, we won that debate, by the way. No
Yeah.
holds bars, hands down. That was.
Oh, that
a
the
horrendous
beginning
slaughter.
the beginning of the first after party was great. Oh
Wait,
my god!
Did you put it? Oh, did you put it in the main chat or?
No, I put it in the private chat.
Oh, okay. When I get out, it kicked me out. So can you put it one more time? Sorry. Actually, can you put it in the main chat? Because then I'm
Oh,
on the.
Yeah. You talking about the YouTube channel chat?
Yeah, because then I can just copy and paste.
Oh yeah, Bumpkin, drop your Twitter if you have, or any like for the chat they want to follow you, or you too, Orthodox, anyone. Drop your.
Yeah, I can't really post it because I don't have the bell.
I mean, you're a mod, no? You can do it.
I don't think.
Wait,
Well,
let
I
me
guess
copy. That's
yeah, I
okay.
can
I'll just
post
type it in
through
again.
Orthodox guys, yeah.
Okay, give it a.
But now,
Hold on one second.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Okay,
thank
wait
you
for
all.
me real quick. Hold on, wait for me to do this real quick, because I gotta make sure I get it right. Okay, well, hold on. It'll be fast now because I already typed it.
Here you go.
But
Take my X.
I have to type it out, and so I have to like go back and okay. So Talib, D-A. Wait, what is it again? Just spell it, will you?
Son of a.
Talib, T-A-I or T-A-L-I-B.
Okay.
A-D-U-E-L A-L-L-A-H-I.
That's so much. Okay. So I got. Oh, I forgot the D. Hold on one second. Wait, I forgot the B. I mean, okay. Let me just. I got Abdul. Let me go to that. What's the last word after Abdul?
A-L-L-A-H-I.
You better change that. Nobody's gonna cash up you. Okay, hold on. No, I'm just kidding. Mine is totally weird too because it kept rejecting like Blue Jay and it was adding like different. But I wanted to be 9, so I was like, let me just try this. And I put like 99, and then I put B, and then J, and then it saved. I'm like, and I was like, okay, I don't want that actually. Now that I think about it, and then I went to go back, and it wouldn't let me. I'm like, fuck. So now it looks like I'm like a stripper. So, okay, hold on.
What did you send me on Telegram, bro? Oh my god.
You guys better not be making fun of me. Okay.
No, we're not. He sent me an esoteric Agartha meme.
I don't know. That sounds like next time. It sounds nerdy, but I don't know.
Blue Jay,
I'm nerdy too.
In the future, don't worry. Like we are now officially like we're well connected. We're friends.
Yeah. I was thinking of calling CT, and like I know these guys that Orthodox came over. He was nice enough to come hang out with me on my channel. I don't have that many shows, and I'm really not very good at the technology.
And never let these blacks, make you feel ashamed to be white.
Oh yeah, no. To me, I just think it's sad that we be so stuck, and that the compassion can only kind of sometimes seem to go one way. And to me, so that's the thing. It's not like I'm like feel bad for our people, but it's like no, it's sad, and it seems like there's like a refusal to be human, in certain ways back. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it's anyone's fault. I think it's taught.
I ironically want more white people to be more confident. Let's be more confident.
Hey, I'm gonna show y'all something Bumpkin sent me.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I haven't been because Oh, is it a video?
Yeah.
Great song, by the way. Love the song.
I've been to the concert.
It's Giga Chest.
Nigga dog so bad.
What tribe? Anglo-Saxon.
They actually aren't terrible.
No, they weren't terrible, but it's just like there's conspiracy theories that are based in intelligent thought, and then there's whatever FBA is saying they're Native Americans is.
Also,
I actually do believe they were Native Americans because I did find that they were an admixture of African men, but Native women. So
they don't. That's not what they mean, though. They mean that they mean that there are no such thing as Native Americans except black people.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean. I always argue that.
That was my argument. That was my argument too.
No.
Well, I heard that they're the Vikings, and then what they say yesterday. So after a while, it's like okay.
No. It goes even farther down the fucking hole than that. Fucking Supreme, whatever the fuck is dumb fucking name, was trying to say that basically that black people created the entire U.S. government. And we
I've heard
white
that.
people in, and then we completely took over the entire system and changed all the history.
Bumpkin, I'm going to show them the first video you sent me.
I know, and it's in such complicated English. Like, that's the thing. You can't translate that to another language that exquisitely.
Blue Jay, at that point, you just laugh at them. Just laugh. You just laugh at them.
It's just, to me, I think, I just let it go because it'd be, to me, like arguing. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but it'd be like arguing with a child about something that is scientific. Like, the chloroform makes the plant green, and you don't
have to argue. You don't have to argue. Just laugh. Just laugh in their face.
I'm not rude.
Thank you, Blue Jay, for the 10. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everybody should match me. Your show is cool, but I'm not a pressure. Like, what? No, I'm not like that. But I'm just saying. But anyway,
nothing wrong with being a villain sometimes.
The thing is, I think that I almost feel like that's a heavy burden to have the obligation to hold up such like probably seemingly obvious unlikelihoods. I know, but like I'm really straightforward, so I'm not rude, but I'm also not. I don't like pretend like I don't know something I know or something doesn't make sense. I'll ask questions, but at the same time, I kind of feel I'm lucky that I don't have to be so weighted down with like holding up these white, standards and just defending them to the death with everybody that walks by. Like that's a lot to have to do.
I just want you to I don't want you to have white guilt because listen, if anyone
if
anyone says, "Oh, Vanta, you owe reparations to some Africans," I'm like, "Fuck you." No.
Well, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I believe that, you know, we are, every single one of us is, our salvation is individual based. So I don't feel like I owe people anything I didn't do. I can understand the sorrow. And I mean, I did since a little kid, but then as I find out other, you know, stories about, like, for instance, you know, the Chinese under the Japanese invasions and the, you know, the Nazi Germany ruling, and I've been to the Holocaust Museum, and then I find out the barbary trade, and I feel compassion for each human equally. I don't have more compassion for my race.
You shouldn't. Don't do that.
But
Please
that's
don't.
what I mean. That's why I
Please
find
don't.
sad when others.
I'm sorry.
That's all. But don't worry. I don't feel like I have to apologize for people. No.
Okay. That's it.
I appreciate you guys coming on the
I know you got to go. That's cool.
I'm sorry.
I'm sleepy.
My
Like,
bad.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yes. We should end the stream. The stream watching that video, Orthodox.
Oh, you,
I sent you.
You want me to show? Okay, I'll show.
You can go ahead and show it. But I will say this one thing: can any of the people watching this stream right now go through CT's stream and just clip every part of that debate? Please, for the love of
What
God.
debate? I missed a bunch of it. I'll have to go back to watch it if I think about clipping him.
Me and Vanta Black versus the FBAs.
Oh, I don't want to hear.
You can only clip it 1 minute at a time, though.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna send everybody.
You
down.
can review it. Okay, sounds good. See you guys soon.
Sure.